It's some Joe Show. We've seen it. Nobody wants to be there. It's a big bad show tonight. Just can't take this damn parade. Who cares? Yeah, it's a Joe Show. There's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets scared by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a Hooters.
All right, welcome in 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. 4th and Friday, everybody. Full show here throughout the night as we take you up to week 1 of the NFL season, which began last night, but we also have football tonight from Brazil on YouTube, which is how you can also find us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and boom, you will see the show here live. The phone number is 617-779-0985. It's the number to get involved here on the show tonight. I did want to lead some things off tonight, 2 takes, as we get you prepared for the game that is on Sunday. And just a couple of things to note. We'll have Joe Me the Money tonight, 10:35. I'll give you my picks for the weekend, so you can stay tuned for that. We got the musings at 9:50, in or out at 8:50 tonight. George is here, the people's champion for Skaz for tonight.
People's champ in the building.
There he is. And we'll have you until 11 o'clock. Once again, the phone number, 617-779-0985. And, well, our leadoff take is presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. There are 2 things that I asked for this year when it came to both the Red Sox and the Patriots. And we'll start tonight with Patriots, but just my opening take. The one thing that I wanted from the Red Sox this year, right? I thought that they still had some flaws. At least I thought that the Bregman signing was something that they were serious about playing in October, right? Or serious about winning meaningful games in September. And they made the moves. They, obviously moved on from Rafael Devers. They faced adversity, and now they're without Roman Anthony for the rest of the way. So when you think about the Red Sox like this, they gave me everything that I wanted this year. Now, would I be disappointed if they don't make the playoffs? Absolutely. But I do think that this little run that they're on and playing meaningful games was huge. It was huge for the fan base, right? The Nescent ratings were up this year. Just, I'm satisfied, and I'm ready to see what happens. Now, I'm not one of these people like, they got there, it was good for them. But that was my expectation this year. And it's a low bar, but you know what? That's all we had with the Red Sox. It was hard to get into those things. It was hard to look beyond that. So listen, the Roman Anthony thing, and now beginning a 6-game road trip tonight, things can fall apart over the next couple of days. And with that comes Patriots season and football season. The last couple of years, the Red Sox have been bailed out by the Patriots about how crazy it's been. The turnover, the different coaching, Bill Belichick, different quarterbacks, offensive coordinators, star players, captains, you name it. There's been a lot of change. So this year seemed like after drafting Drake Maye a year ago, now Mike Vrabel's here, the new building blocks. They spent money in free agency, the draft this year. There's excitement. There's a reason to be excited for the New England Patriots. But I have an expectation of, can they play better football? Can their line look better? Can they stop the run? Those simple things is what I'm asking for, low bar. But really what I want out of the Patriots this year, I'm looking for the Patriots to just become desirable again. Become a place where home field advantage matters again. They've been so bad at home over the last couple of years that playing the opening game this week against a team that's crossing West Coast to East Coast, which you'll hear a lot of the next couple of days. But when you see a team do that, and you see what the Patriots have done, and again, the expectations, like my expectations this year are become desirable again. Like they still have $60 million in salary cap space. They've made some releases that I've questioned. They really haven't solidified their offensive line, but we'll see when it comes to these rookies starting on the left side. Like they still don't have a premier receiver, but we'll see what happens, and maybe one of these rookies can come through. Kyle Williams, Efton Chisholm, right? Can Pop Douglas be a steal in the sixth round still? All those things. But I just want the Patriots to become watchable. Yes, take advantage of bad football, right? Do that. Also, just when free agency comes around, do people want to play with Mike Vrabel? There were guys this year who wanted to do it. But if you look like a team that's going to take a step, that's ascending in the right direction, that's what I ask for this year. I ask for defending home field and becoming desirable again. Because right now people don't want to play for the Patriots. It's because of the money. It is. Let's face it. It's about the money. And listen, if you get drafted by the Patriots or have been, you're generally out of the league. A team maybe takes a chance on you on the practice squad, and then that's it. So the Red Sox have done their job. They did it. They're here now in September. Let's see how it plays out as they begin a 6-game road trip tonight. But Sunday's game against the Raiders, the amount of storylines here between just Tom Brady taking over the Raiders, now Chip Kelly being their offensive coordinator against who? Josh McDaniels, who was once the Raiders coach. Jacoby Myers is on the other side. Patriots get Will Campbell in the draft, and Max Crosby's on the other side. There's just a lot there. There's a lot there. It's juicy.
I don't know if we're good enough to take advantage of bad football.
Well, I hope they are. But all I ask for, take care of home field. Make home field matter again. Make the games at Gillette Stadium matter again, because that was something that the old teams could do. The Vrabel teams could do. You take care of home field and beat up on bad football, although you have some flaws with the roster and depth, etc. Just become watchable, compete for a playoff, be on the path, and become desirable for next year. I know people are looking at playoffs. I know people say, y'all, you shouldn't be thinking that, Joe. You should only be thinking Super Bowl. I'm realistic. I'm on the under 8.5. But can they win 7 or 8 games and be competitive and be desirable? That's all I ask for this year. We'll lead it off at 617-779-0985. Your thoughts on the Patriots and some of the storylines heading into it. I have some Geno Smith numbers I'd like to share with you. You all remember Geno, right? Came into town last year and beat the Patriots when they went for it on a 4th down instead of settling for a field goal. Oh, coaching got involved in that one. And Drake Maye versus Geno Smith. It was a discussion this week, and I do want to get into just some of the new faces, the new rules that are going on as well, and what are some of the top questions for the Patriots entering week 1 of the season. And we'll not forget the Red Sox in action tonight, late night in Arizona, and we have football again tonight. We got a good one last night. You get the Chiefs in action on YouTube against the Chargers in Brazil. I'll be putting that one on in studio tonight. So we'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Yes, it's 4th and Friday, everybody. How are you? How are you? Who's ready for the game this weekend? I talked to a few people today that are like, yeah, I'm buying some sausages and some ribs for the game. I'm tailgating. So shout out to everybody that's going this week. This is one of the only times, and we'll get into it a little bit later, but Dan Shaughnessy did write about that. He wrote about how this is one of the first times in a long time that it's one of the first times in a long time that you've been able to have this feeling. You go to the games, George?
To Gillette? No, I do Fenway though, so I'm very familiar with Fenway, Frank, so and things of that nature. I'm very happy to piggyback on your point. The Red Sox getting us to this point, I was very skeptical. It's been very roller coaster season. I am very thankful for the Red Sox to get us into this Patriots excitement, and to Shaughnessy's point, yeah, it's great weather to get out there and tailgate, and we do have excitement here. It's really Drake Maye is the ultimate question mark. Do we get that sophomoric leap, or is it a sophomoric slump?
Yeah, I don't know what to expect yet, and this is why they play the games. The Patriots open the season at home this Sunday. They've turned over almost 50% of their roster. New head coach Mike Vrabel. They spent money in free agency this year. They're hoping that their draft class will get thrown into the mix right away. There'll be pressure on second-year quarterback Drake Maye to get to the Patriots back to the playoffs or in good standing. We know they signed Stephon Diggs to to an interesting contract, and he's one of the top options and added to the offensive line that was one of the worst in football last year. They bring back Josh McDaniels for another stint with the Patriots as offensive coordinator. He's also the former coach of the Raiders. I should mention that. He was fired while trick-or-treating with his kids as the team celebrated with victory cigars. They take on a Raiders team that also had made changes. Pete Carroll takes over a team that struggled last season. They acquired Geno Smith. He's their quarterback. Old friend Jacoby Myers returns to Gillette. Chip Kelly is back in the NFL. He won a national championship with Ohio State. This is a revenge game for a lot of people. A lot of people that are involved. Question marks. Can the Patriots stop the run against Ashton Genty, who's a top pick in the draft, top 6, and Raheem Mostert, who's run all over them in the past, whether it's been Miami or wherever. I think San Fran, too. Who's going to defend Brock Bowers? How do they defend Brock Bowers? They're without Christian Gonzalez. They have a new safety group. Can Josh McDaniels take advantage of Max Crosby in a Raiders defense with plenty of questions? I mean, like Adam Butler is one of the guys on their defensive line. They just re-signed Philip Dorsett, and they just had, someone retire, Amari Cooper, in the last 10 days. I mean, Jacoby Myers asked for a trade. What's going on there? Things are not perfect in Vegas either. And I mentioned the Patriots are building something, but I think they've 49% of the roster is a lot to turn over. But they are the favorites in this game. And they do need to take back home field advantage. Think about it. How bad have they been at home? They won last year in the final game, but the Bills gave it to them. There's been games where they've been in it. Remember Philly opening night? But there was a toe on the line? Was that booty? There was a toe on the line for that one. But they were in it until the end. They've struggled at home real bad. It's been bad. The last real win I can remember is that Mac Jones year when they beat the Ravens on a rainy day. It was a big win for them. But last year, smacked in Drake Maye's first start against the Texans. And it wasn't enjoyable there. But I wanted to give you some Geno Smith numbers. And George, let me ask you, because it's been asked, today, who would you take on your team, Drake Maye or Geno Smith?
I was definitely listening to the midday show on this. I stand with Felger. I'm going to ride with Drake Maye. I know what Geno Smith is. Now, I would say it's a decent quarterback. Now, granted, I'm with you. I have question marks on Drake Maye. I think the turnovers are a concern, and whether it's a fine line between the comparisons to Brett Favre and that gunslinger mentality, and one a day, two a day for Drake Maye, and I don't think this Patriots team has the large margin for error to overcome these kind of errors. So, but I do like what Drake Maye brings to the table. I think he has some intangibles. So I do see the potential there. I think there's a higher ceiling with Drake Maye. And today, because that is the operative question, right? Today, I am taking Drake Maye, the number 3 pick overall in the NFL draft in 2024, over Geno Smith, who I know is a middle-of-the-road journeyman quarterback. Beat you with Seattle last year. But, 3 out of the first 4 weeks for the Patriots are at home, so I agree with you. They need to get off to that good start. Otherwise, they might be behind the 8 ball to start the year after the first month.
It's Geno Smith right now. He's what you know. He's what you know. He's been to the playoffs. He's faced a ton of adversity in his career. He got started with the Jets. We know what happened. He's been a backup elsewhere. He has been a journeyman, to your point. But when he got an opportunity to play, he was a Pro Bowler. He went to the multiple playoff games.
And he's not intimidated to play over here in Foxborough.
No, and how many guys in the league get drafted early, don't have success.
And flame out.
Yeah,
right?
And they all flame out.
Right, he's stuck.
He's stuck, right? Sam Darnold's stuck. They all happen to be with the Jets at one point. Maybe Zach Wilson with the Dolphins. It happens to him, right?
I hear you. It's more of a, some camaraderie there with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. So we'll see the Pete Carroll versus Mike Vrabel matchup. I'm eager to see the Mike Vrabel effect take shape here in week 1.
No, and plus he's the leader. He's a leader. When they're running that offense, Geno Smith's going to be looking for Jacoby Myers. And they're going to have 2 running backs to lean on.
Yeah, and then Brock Bowers, the point you brought up, how would you cover him? I've heard some suggestions earlier today with Carlton Davis. How would you, cover?
I don't know. The new Vrabel defense, I got to see what they're doing here. If I, Coach Joe would lean on the running game. See if the Patriots can stop the run.
Right. Yeah, if on the Patriots, we have to stack the box against
Then when they can't, and they bring Kyle Duggar into the game, and they have a rookie over the top who gets bit on a play action, and they hit it to Trey Tucker over the top or someone like that, that's when we'll know. So that's what I think is going to happen. Vrabel's been out of the game for a year. Carroll knows his stuff, but there's a lot of I don't think the Raiders are great either, but I'll tell you this. They're at least confident. Their quarterback thinks they're better than they are. But in a way, the Patriots are better than what they were. They had bad coaching. Let's just call it what it is. The Patriots, although have been a bad team, they've been the team that makes the mistakes and plays bad football.
Definitely, I agree with that. They've shot themselves in the foot more often than not, and definitely should have had more than 4 wins, at least a couple wins that we can diagnose for the Patriots.
Now, are they bad? Is the roster bad? Absolutely.
Depleted.
It's bad. They don't have much depth.
Agreed.
So I know the Patriots are favored. There's a lot of hype there. They are at home. Stephon Diggs might, I'd rather Diggs over Myers, but Myers had a huge year last year with a bad quarterback. So I say, can the Patriots stop the run? And if they can, that's going to make things a little bit interesting. With the Brock Bowers thing, though, I know there's this, put Carlton Davis on him, but you have 3 corners for the game. You have 3 corners. I don't know where else they go here. This is why I like Peppers on the team, because he could play in the nickel. There are guys that could play in that slot. I think they're undermanned. Being without Christian Gonzalez is a huge deal. Forget about the fact, him just being on the field. They're not going to throw his way. They're going to test the other side. Or they're going to test him to see if he's healthy. Either way, he's going to at least take up half the field. Then there's that guy, Max Crosby. No, Will Campbell doesn't have to worry about Max Crosby. Yeah, what about Morgan Moses, who barely practiced, who's 34 years old? Sorry, people. I don't like the matchup. But you're at home. You have an offensive coordinator with a revenge factor, right? You have 3 running backs you can throw at them. You can get the ball to Steph Diggs. You can find Hunter Henry over the middle of the field. You got Kayshon Boutte who can go deep and Mac Hollins who's big. There are options here. There might be more options in New England offensively than in Vegas. You're at home. I'm going to keep saying that all night long. You have to take back home field. Have to. Let me give you some of these Geno Smith numbers real quick. Geno Smith in week 1 starts. Did you know he's 4-1 his career? He's thrown for he averages about 211 yards per game, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 1 rushing touchdown. Drake Maye, 0. He's never started a week 1 game because they went with Jacoby Brissett last year. Remember that one?
I know.
They won.
Sneaky win against Cincinnati. Got the whole year off to the wrong start. Oh, my goodness.
They won. Dante Thornton's another fast guy that the Raiders have. They got some fast guys. That's what I mean. That safety stuff. I'm a little worried about that. I'm not going to lie to you. So anyways, your thoughts, 617-779-0985. I got some of the top questions as well. I did want to just bring up something quickly about the Red Sox. They got a pitcher going tonight that everyone's excited. You got your mustache? Your mustache back there?
I would love to rock that power mustache. I don't have it quite as good looking as Payton Tolle. Shout out to the throwback look there.
We need to give one to a River, our intern.
Yes, River. That's next week. We got a task.
Got to get him a Payton Tolle mustache.
Absolutely. Be a great look.
We got to work on that. All right, we'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Patriots and Raiders. They'll play this Sunday. The injury report.
Gallagher and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hall.
6'250" in his major league debut. He is 22 years old. It has been a meteoric rise.
I couldn't feel my feet.
And Tolle's 0-2. Swing and a miss to strike him out. 98 miles an hour. Welcome to the major leagues, Payton Tolle.
Chills, a lot of chills.
Looking for his second big league strikeout here in the first inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fooled him on the slider. That is some impressive start. 1, 2, 3, they go.
Need to get out there, need to feel it, need to see it, and then it will become real.
To that one, ate him alive. A fastball 98 inside. Some good defense and a big fastball.
Just hearing how loud this place gets. And
2 off. Meager wave and a miss at 97 to strike him out. He fans Reynolds for the second time.
Proud of it.
And 2-2, here it comes. He got him. He struck him out. He had 2 more Ks in the inning. 1-0 Sox. Here comes Cora.
A lot of cutters, a lot of changeups in this inning, and he's finding contact. That fastball doesn't get hit a lot, but that's a heck of an outing from the kid.
Listen to this crowd. Getting a standing ovation.
Greatest experience of my life.
Back here on 98 Pounds of Sports. George putting that one together on Payton Tolle tonight. He'll get the start. Had 8 strikeouts in his debut against Paul Skeens. Tonight he goes up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Remember him?
Old friend.
Red Sox slight favorites tonight in that one. Arizona 70-71 this year. But pretty decent at home, 36-33. 5th in all in Major League Baseball in home runs. So keep your eye on that one tonight, Mr. Payton Tolle. Red Sox are 34-35 on the road this year. It's something that I think, if you want to look at anything, when it comes to these road games, they've struggled, especially sometimes in the first ones. I know the last road trip they won 7 out of 8. It wasn't the case at all. They won the last one. But the Red Sox 78-63, going for win number 79 tonight. But Red Sox pitching has been great. 3rd in the American League, 3.74 ERA. And just thinking about Tolle, he was awesome. Can he continue to throw that fastball? Does that fastball work against teams that go deep? Corbin Carroll's one of the best players in the league. It sucks that we don't get a Corbin Carroll, Roman Anthony little setup for tonight. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and a ditty that I was mentioning to River over here, shout out to Tyler Milliken. The guy's a sponge, but the comp pick that we had gotten for letting Erod walk to the Detroit Tigers in 21 was Roman Anthony. And what a full circle moment that would have been to have him, but obviously missing this weekend and beyond with the oblique injury.
And then as far as extensions go, Roman Anthony's extension was slightly higher than Corbin Carroll's that he signed recently.
Oh, God bless. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting and a good matchup for the Red Sox. I think the pitching is going to have to carry everybody, them to the promised land. A lot more pressure on Payton Tolle now that with the Roman Anthony injury. I think there was a little bit pressure to kind of see what you have with Tolle. I think in an ideal world, you're slotting him into the back end of the rotation, 4th starter and, a DS, CS situation. Obviously, a lot to get there. But Payton Tolle, the 8 strikeouts in the debut, most since Daisuke Matsusaka in 07, had 10 in 07, his first start in April. So a lot to be excited for when I see Tolle. I mean, he has the stuff in the makeup. He throws the gas. We want to see more of the gas and not the ass. I want to see a little bit more of the secondary pitches, though. So I do want to see if those... if his cutter and slider, if the sweeper that he has, I need to see more of it to see if it's more hit and miss. And obviously, with can he sustain his stuff? Into the 5th, 6th inning, 2nd, 3rd time around in the order is what you want. Obviously, if you get 6 innings out of Tolle, he's done his job. And God bless the 22-year-old. He does look like a stud and a little bit more chiseled than they made him out to seem. They made him seem like he was David Wells' body. Nah, he's a chiseled stud.
Oh yeah. Got that great mustache as well.
Love the look.
It's got a great mustache. But I am interested. Listen, I was disappointed with their homestand. Like, you go 3-3, you'll lose to the The Guardians and the Pirates. And I have concerns.
Yeah, and the Pirates. And then the Little League stuff comes up with the Red Sox with bad base running and bad defense.
I'm not even. You know what, George? Take all that out of it. That's frustration. Look at fact. You want to go with facts? It's disappointing about Roman Anthony.
It is.
But we can't go home. You got to play a game.
It's taking the steam out of me. I'll write that home
think about
right
it,
now.
though. Now,
they have.
If you want to hold them accountable, or if you want to believe in them, or if you want to try to motivate them, or watch what they do, it has to start with Alex Bregman.
I love Bregman.
No, you love him, but he's disappointing. You love him, but he's been horrible for the last 10
Bregman
days.
Per se.
He's batting 100 in his last 35 at bats.
Yeah,
they need more out of him, and then there's talks about him wanting to opt out.
Right.
That's doing him a favor, actually, right?
My goodness,
Spend the money elsewhere. I think he's helped out. I think he's made an impact. I think he is a leader. He's a part of why Devers is no longer here.
Right.
He's a part of what they are right now. He is. He's a big part of it.
Clubhouse leader.
Absolutely. They now need it on the field. And I'm talking not just your 280, 290 hitter. I'm talking they need more out of him.
I agree. And of late, right, it's been approaching a month. He hasn't hit a home run. I think, what was that?
Yeah, and I get it. It could be the quad. It could be the leg thing. He might need time out. Maybe he's out there because he thinks he needs to be out there.
Right.
All that. That's all true. It's September 5th. You're on the road for a 6-game road trip with the Yankees on deck. Oof. He has to start getting going.
And more pressure on Bregman and Durant, too, who they've had hitting third in the lineup. They've kind of flopped Durant
I expect
leading off.
Durant to fall back, though, don't you?
Well, we just need everybody to kind of step up, and that void left by
Bregman
that
to step up. Everyone else has stepped up all year long.
Right.
Everyone else has. See, George, you got to look at the meat of it.
He's the one getting paid or looking to get paid.
He's the guy.
He is our guy.
He's the reason why all this is happening. We all think it's Roman Anthony. It's Roman Anthony. It was him. He chose to come here. He had more money elsewhere. He signed a $40 million contract. He's a 40. We'd be crushing Manny Ramirez if this was him right now. Again, old days to new days, right? Yes. You need more out of Alex Bregman. That's it. Payton Tolle, just be Payton Tolle tonight. And then when Bayo goes tomorrow, just be Brian Bayo. Nice. Just be Lucas Giolito.
Nice.
Garrett Crochet getting the extra day should help him because the excuse is when he only gets 5, he's not as good.
Right, and he's in this uncharted territory, to be fair to him, a career high in innings pitch now. I agree with you. I think I'm a firm believer in Bayo and Giolito kind of turning the corner. We take that kind of starting pitching for granted. I think the starting pitching is going to have to carry the team if we're going to make a semi-decent postseason run for the Red Sox. It is going to be all on the pitching.
And if you want to talk about being fair, can't we be fair to Alex Bregman? Hey, man, this is when you heat up. This is playoff season.
Clutch time.
This is why they got you.
Right.
To play in the spot. They need more out of you. Hey, guys have carried you along the way. They survived. When Devers was there, or when they traded Devers and they were struggling, remember a little early on? They were also without Bregman.
That's right.
No one said anything about that.
And that's when they brought up Maye, which to go back to Breslow and turn it around, I thought he's mismanaged the prospects to begin with, starting with Campbell starting the year, and then Maye and Anthony only really getting call-ups with Bregman and Abreu going down respectively.
They're 3 best players that they called up this year. Campbell's been in the minors all year, and now he's not eligible for the playoffs. Roman Anthony's on the IL, and both of them
Maye's shell for the year. He was 3 plate appearances short from having his rookie qualifier. He'll still be a rookie next year.
What I mean by it is the guys might not be ready for 162 games. They might not be ready. Hey, they might be good and ready to play a little bit here and there. But isn't this what Cora always talked about? He was great at platooning people.
Yes.
He's been great at it. He has.
Yes. I think Cora deserves a ton of credit for where they are this year. Everybody's waiting for that collapse.
I also think he's responsible for their 1-run losses, too, though.
Yeah.
I think he's been a part of it. All that matters is they have 78 wins.
In contention.
They have 6 games against teams that they should beat.
Yes, and in control of their playoff destiny. We should be there.
Alex Bregman should be the guy to lead them there.
Let's go, Bregman.
I'm riding him. I mean, I've talked about this 3 nights in a row now. Not letting him off the hook here.
Nice.
Oh, the opt-out. He's going to opt out. Now, where'd that come from yesterday?
I know, my goodness, yeah. They're trying to get
Go ahead,
ahead
opt
of it. God bless Jeff Passan, my goodness, yeah. They're trying to get ahead of it. Looks like stir the pot. I heard somebody say, to Maz's credit, it was Maz, but you want to get this ahead of this and do it before November or the winter meetings, when everybody's going to have these kind of stories. So that's where Passan was going with, the ahead of free agency in the market before we get to hot stove season.
You must listen to a lot of you're a P1, huh?
Yeah.
You listen to all the shows.
Yes. Yeah, I know the format and all that. That's,
I used to. I just busy. I got during the day, I got a nap. I took a nap today. It was great.
Oh, my goodness.
I worked at the Brook last night.
I look up little birthday things, celebrity deaths. Do you know that today one of the national...
Save it.
One of the national...
Musings, buddy. That's when we do it.
All right. I'm gonna log this.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the national holidays is ridiculous.
All right. We can muse about that. I like to muse.
Yes.
People can muse at 617-779-0985. I'm making you a tease. We're teasing the hell out of things tonight, George.
That's right.
And we're only hitting on the big topics. That's what we're doing tonight. It's 4th and Friday. It's game day, baby.
Yes. Oh, no more lack of football weekends until 2026.
Why don't they just manifest something out there that happened last night in the game?
Talk to him.
We'll do it on the other side here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. George coming in with the hits from 30 years ago. You heard it, so you do listen. I know you listen, because we did this last week. We usually do songs of the summer. Like, if you go through the database, there's Joe Murray's Songs of Summer. I don't know if River knows this, but we pick 5 songs, and then we let listeners ask which one was the best.
Ooh, I like that.
They're in there. If you type in, like there's a lot of Taylor Swift in there.
Look at that.
There's Cake by the Ocean in there, if you remember that one. That was a summer song.
Originally, when coming up for a theme for this show, I had Songs of Summer, top of the list for me.
Wow. So the song of the summer this year, just so you know, is that song called Ordinary. Listen, I couldn't even sing it for you, but all I know is it's this guy all serious, and he's like, it's ordinary, da-da-da-da-da-da, it's ordinary. I hear it when I'm in Market Basket.
Alex Warren.
That guy. I don't know who he is. You know who he is?
No, that's a quick Google research. Yeah.
But that was the song of the summer. Like, no, I want the song of the summer to be like, can't stop this feeling, just dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you were just playing some hits from the 1995, which... I'm trying to remember what the number one song was. I know Kiss from a Rose was on the list. Oh, did you see Boyz II Men last night?
I didn't give them flack. I heard they got flack for the anthem.
There wasn't all 4 of them.
Yeah.
It hasn't been for a long time.
Right. The one with the ad-libber. Yeah, he's out.
All those times at night when you just heard me. And you just went out with that other fella, baby. I knew about it. I just didn't care.
End of the road, baby. End of the road.
Yeah, you know the song. But they don't have him, so they don't have that great baritone. Speaking of that, watching the game last night, did anybody see A.J. Brown out there? No. just wondered if anybody did. He did have a big catch on a 3rd down, and then they went for the tush push, and I think got a first. I think that was what happened. He had a big play. 1 catch. But come on. A.J. Brown getting 1 catch? Was he reading his book? I want to know if he was reading his book. Because all I can tell you is this. The Eagles ran the ball last night 38 times of their 62 plays last night. All right? 32 times. And of their 68 plays. It was good for 61% of the time. Last year, the Eagles ran the ball 56% of the time, which led the NFL. So they have a new offensive coordinator, but they're going to be a ground and pound team, and I would be. That team's got an offensive line, man. They're like protected men. But Devontae Smith had a nice little hitch route, right? They went deep to Dotson on one point. They got Goddard as their, they'll kick it down to Saquon Barkley at times. At some point, it's great to have A.J. Brown, right? It's great to have him.
Needs to be more than a decoy.
He can't just be that guy. No wonder why he's reading that damn book. He always wanted to be a Patriot. He played for Mike Vrabel. This is what I mean by becoming desirable, George. Why would you want to leave the Super Bowl champions? You wouldn't, right? You're going to ride it out because you know they're the best team, and if you win 2, you can do whatever you want. You win 2, and he wants to go play for the Saints, he can go play for the Saints, right? It's like one of those things. When you've accomplished what you have, you go somewhere else and do what you want.
They may be satisfied with the one. Speak it into existence,
That's what I'm doing.
I'd love it. Get Elliot Wolf, I'm not sure if he's the one who should be shopping for the groceries. I'm not too keen on the late cuts,
but I'm over. You know what my whole thing is? I want to make this clear. Elliot Wolf is only here because the Crafts want him here. He seems like a likable person. Seriously. And that's why he's here. and he signed a contract, and the Crafts have to pay him. So, George, I want to make it clear. He's here. He is not the one making the decisions.
I would hope so. Right?
I'm pretty sure it was Mike Vrabel who made the decision on Jabril Peppers. It was not Wolf. I'm pretty sure about that. But we use it as a crutch, right? We used Chaim Bloom as a crutch. That's still John Henry's place.
I'd say, yeah, the number one scapegoat, though, for this season has to be Elliott Wolf, right? If the Patriots scuffle at all.
No! It's going to be Josh McDaniels. You know why? Because he's back. He was bad. And, does Drake May need him? Does Drake May need Josh McDaniels?
Right. I'm a little scared, too. People put the bug in my ear that maybe Josh McDaniels' offense is too complex for one Drake May.
Listen, and the reason why I'm telling you we've sourced this, when they were doing joint practices, we talked to people that were in Minnesota. And they were like, I can't believe how well Drake May is picking up the offense. They saw it in practice. They saw it in situational stuff. He's making all the calls at the line. There were people that were like, this kid's got it. Where I'm concerned is he might have all that. Mac Jones had all that. Physical, right? We know the physical ability Drake May has. He's been sailing on some balls, right? He even said he had the jitters early on. How does he work on that? When you're a baseball pitcher, I think about warming up a little bit more, right? Warming up more. So, as a quarterback, what do you do?
Right, and they don't practice enough for my liking, right? So I'm with you there. I just have my question marks with Drake May. One time I did a show and I made a proclamation, the star quarterback, and immediately put foot in mouth because I'm just not sold on him. I think he does turn the ball over too much for my liking, and when he's forced to ad-lib, is he going to tuck it and run? And he's prone to injury, out there scrambling like that as well. Fumbleitis, and then he has been sailing balls. So, as much as he has this rocket arm, if he's going to be sailing over guys, free pickings for the safety.
The things I will say about Drake May, though, is when he makes a mistake, he comes back and makes plays. Right? That's at least something we can say. When he makes a bad throw or turns the ball over, he makes up for it the next year. He learns quickly. He does. I will say that. This is why people are excited and should be excited.
Right. Does seem like he has command and a grasp of things.
Exactly. My only hope for him is just remember, last night both quarterbacks barely threw for over 200 yards, right? Both mobile quarterbacks, would you say?
Yes.
And Hurts had an impact, right?
Yes.
Drake May can be an impact with his legs. They're working on him to hold on to the ball a little bit longer.
Right,
and I'm sure he'll be better at it with time. I'm only just saying that I hope that part of his game doesn't go away because I think it's a big part of his game.
Me neither, right? They let Cam Newton run more, and then Brissett made me think that Cam Newton was a Pro Bowl quarterback throwing the football, so I'm ready to turn the page. Let's get Drake May out there and see what he can do. Let get rid of the handcuffs, right? Let the birdie free, let him outside the pocket, let him run, or design plays for him,
Mm-hmm. All right, George, I need you to answer me something while we go to the headline here.
Talk to me.
Give us the answer on the other side, but how do we watch this game tonight? Tell us. I want to do it in studio. I need to figure this thing out. I already got people asking me. So we'll take a quick break. No, we won't. We'll just pause 10 seconds for station ID, and then we'll get you your headlines. And, the anticipation's real. We'll tell you about it next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Your Tire Studios, Anthem and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Patriots and Raiders gearing up for a game this Sunday over at Gillette Stadium. No Christian Gonzalez for this one, but on the injury list today, Will Campbell's questionable, Christian Barmore's questionable. Campbell's dealing with an ankle injury, Barmore a non-injury related issue. Tonight, just about to kick off, and we're going to find out if it says YouTube on ESPN. Chiefs, Chargers. How about this? I'll give you a pick if you're listening. Give me the under. Give me the Chargers. And the Red Sox begin a road trip tonight in Arizona. Payton Tolle with his mustache will get the start. Headlines, they are brought to you by the McGovern Auto Group. McGovern and 98 Father Sports are giving away a brand new Ford F-150. For more information on how to enter, follow 98 Father Sports and McGovern Auto Group on Instagram. Complete rules and details at 98fathersports.com. I'm Joe Murray.
If you've got the app, you've got Toucher and Hardy to wake you up no matter where you are.
Or who may or may not have been to jail.
Get the app. The 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Solak and Bertrand get you through the midday. Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
All right, we're going to grab that Xfinity remote. We're going to hit that blue button. We're going to yell YouTube right into it.
Okay. I like to do that. YouTube. Let's all do it together. Everybody.
That's right. We're doing it live.
The feature requires Xfinity Internet.
My goodness, yeah. These business accounts, I'll tell you, they disappoint me.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, it's going to have to be the laptop or the mobile device.
There's another remote in here that I can't find.
Yeah, I can give it a try here for one of the televisions as well. I'm fixing to bet it's going to do the same thing.
Is it YouTube or YouTube TV?
It is just regular generic YouTube for today, my understanding.
Okay. So generic YouTube. So that means that people can't watch us and the game at the same time.
No. They would have to have multiple screens open for that or multiple devices, yes.
Oh, you can watch with Speed tonight, huh? You know him?
Oh, nice. Yeah. I
think Jaylen Brown was with him today.
Nice. Jaylen Brown making the rounds this summer.
All right. Well, everyone's excited for the game this weekend. Can you pot up Justin and Lynn for us, George? I want to get Justin on the line. How you doing, Justin?
Hey, Joe. It's Justin. I just wanted to tell you, you can watch the game on YouTube for free. It's a free stream for you can watch it on YouTube for free. I'm watching it now.
Yeah, I know. I guess for my own benefit though is that we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. I wish.
Now you got to make a decision, Justin. You're gonna have to watch me or watch the game. What are you gonna do?
Well, I got you on the Alexa.
Yeah, that's another way, Justin. You could listen on Alexa and you could watch on YouTube.
Yeah, no, and I try to watch you. I try to listen to you on the football games during the season, and I can't get you on the Alexa. I don't know how to get you.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to the radio. You'll have to listen on 98.5, but you will be able to get post game now though on YouTube.
Yeah. So and I will see you on the September 18th.
Yes, I'm working on that, Justin. I want to make sure we can lock it in. But yes, we want to give you a tour of the studio for sure, my man.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
I'm looking forward to it, Joe.
All right, man. I'll be in touch soon.
Okay, bud.
You got it. Thank you. We're Justin wants to come in some night, and I'm just got to make sure I'm here because they moved me. I got to make sure all these
get the right clearance.
Got to make sure. Yes. So we're working on it. We have a date tentative. We just need to work on it. All right, I have YouTube on. What are they doing? What is this?
Looks like some pregame festivities.
What do they do out there? Are they kicking soccer ball? What do you do?
That's a great question. I actually feel badly that, and they used to do this to the Patriots, and occasionally they'll still do, the NFL will screw the Patriots over. I'm one of those complainers. I'm conspiracy theorist with it, Joe.
Did you see what they just did?
The cannon.
They shot someone out of a cannon into the water trying to get him in a boat.
That's some New York stuff right there. Shout out Brazil.
That's like East Boston stuff.
Toss the midget, yeah.
Little person.
Yeah, I'm vertically challenged, so I feel like I'm allowed to say it.
I just want to be politically correct. So they're shooting people out of cannons.
Yeah, no, but to the point, right, they're shortchanging, Chargers and Chiefs, a home game here and then the travel and then all for, hey, you know what? It's a Friday game. Those take the extra 2 days to recover, and we'll get you back next Sunday, week 2, Patriots, by the way they did it this year, even though they shouldn't compare about competitive balance when it comes to the Patriots and scheduling. Giants, and then the bye week after the Monday night game. Oh, I'm out on that. I mean, come on. I know it's the extra day, but they had to do that to the Patriots. Little gripes I have with the NFL still. They still hate us because they ain't us.
Well, Dan Shaughnessy, the Boston Globe, friend of the show. The NFL season's finally here, and New England waits breathlessly for the beginning of the Mike Vrabel era when the Patriots and Raiders kick off at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Patriots Nation is agog. There probably hasn't been this much anticipation since Tom Brady prepped for what would be the final Patriots game. 20-13 loss against who? Mike Vrabel. A lot of stuff has happened since then, and most of it has been bad. They talked about all the quarterbacks that have been here, including Cam Newton, Mac Jones, Jarrett Stidham, Brian Hoyer, Bailey Zappi, Jacoby Brissett, and Joe Milton. Not good. Bill Belichick was fired, right? We know about Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, Gerard Mayo. We know about all that stuff, right? We know about bad quarterbacks and everything. Forgive the rest of the fans in football America if they fail to notice that the Patriots are all ready to rejoin the NFL party. Network television is usually a good barometer of franchise national relevance. The Patriots this season are the kings of the 1 p.m. Sunday time slot. 12 of the Patriots' first 16 games are scheduled for the early Sunday graveyard shift. And what about poor Bob Kraft? There was a time when he'd get the likes of Henry Kissinger, Lady Gaga, Jay-Z, Elton John in his private suite. Who do we get now? Ernie Buck Jr., Mike Lindell, and maybe Tommy Cutlet's agent, Sean Stellato. Maybe Christopher Moltisanti. It'll be good to see Pete Carroll on the Raiders sideline, officially the oldest head coach in NFL history. Carroll's a Hall of Fame coach, a wonderful person, a reminder of everything that's gone down in Foxborough during Kraft's 3+ decades of ownership. Pumped and Jack Pete was the bridge between Parcells and Belichick. He delivered a Super Bowl ring to Kraft with his mind-numbing play calling and slant pass into traffic. That was when he was the coach of Seattle, what we all know. Those were the good old days. The Patriots ruled the football world. It was great then. It could be great again. And Patriots Nation believes it'll start this weekend against the Raiders. I'm feeling it. I feel the buzz. Our family had season tickets for 25 years, George. I went to every big game you could think of. The last game I have been to, 2020. Patriots lost the playoff game. That game we referenced against Tom Brady's last game.
Last pass to Logan Ryan, interception.
And that's the last game I went to. Now, in fairness, I do postgame. So it's hard for me to go to the games and do postgame. I mean, I could probably do it from there, but then I would need a press pass or, and then that's... Now I'm asking a lot, right? So I haven't been to a game. But if there was a game that I would like to go to, it would be this weekend.
Opening, yeah.
This is a fresh start, right? Isn't this like a new start?
Yeah, a comparable team, too. Raiders in a similar spot where you are.
September starting, new school year, etc. So that's it. This would be the one... I'm waiting till next year, just to give you a little note on this. The old Patriots, the Drew Bledsoe Patriots.
My Drew Bledsoe.
At the end of the year, Bledsoe played well. They went into the next season, 1994. Bledsoe and Marino had this back-and-forth game that was amazing.
Right, Marino, yes.
They lost. But you know what? It was exciting, and you saw something. And you started seeing players... Whoa, look at this guy. Hey, who's this Ted Johnson guy? Hey, wow, look at him, Lawyer Malloy. Like, it started to build, right? It started to build. And they slowly got better. They took steps back, then would take steps forward. Then they became, ready. Then the next year, 96 comes around. They start getting all Parcells guys. It was really working, but Parcells all of a sudden wanted to be the guy to make the decisions. But they went to the Super Bowl. They lost. They lost to Desmond Howard's, two kickers, like Brett Favre. All I'm trying to say is that it got built up quick. but you saw the progression, and there was excitement, man. I know that Shaughnessy's trying to say we haven't had that much excitement since Brady's. I wasn't excited that day. I was tense. I don't want to lose to that team. Are you kidding me? They did.
Deserve to go out better than that.
They did. But I think the excitement was more back then. The Brady stuff in 01 was huge. When Terry Glenn came back against the Colts, was that the Colts game? Can't remember what it was. But when Terry Glenn came back, huge. Remember Brady and him had a huge day?
Yeah.
David Patton had a huge day. Like, that's when the excitement turned on.
Yeah. His first touchdown pass to Terry Glenn before he conduct detrimental to the team into suspension, right?
Yeah. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, no, to the point of the mid-'90s Patriots, I think it all started with drafting well. And this is going to be a multi-year rebuild to Chris Gasper's point, heard in the midday as well. This, as much as and as exciting as it would be, and it would seem for them to take this Lambeau leap, pardon the pun, in Green Bay, for them to take that leap this season, I just think is unrealistic. Can they? Maybe they could do what the Red Sox are doing. I think that's really happy-go-lucky. Red Sox, I don't have the highest of expectations, so I'm going with the flow. I see the Patriots in a similar spot. Maybe they can be a little bit beyond mediocre, and I'll accept that. As long as they're taking that step forward, and then we kind of see the building blocks for the future, and then, retaining the talent and identifying the talent that you want to retain for future teams, building off of that, and then, of course, hitting on the drafts. The 94-95 drafts really come into mind, and then solidified with the 96 draft. Was Terry Glenn a rookie that year in 96 as well, too? I want to say yes.
Yeah, he was drafted
when they first went in the Super Bowl. So those combinations of those drafts, the Bobby Greer years, were okay, and hopefully that's where we're headed towards, because if you look at the recent draft history for draft classes, just really from 21 onward, there's not a lot of building blocks for the future.
All right, we're going to talk to Mike Cadlick. He just texted me. We're going to get him on Zoom so everybody can see his beautiful face. So I'll send that to you, George. We'll get that all set up. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub. Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports. Mr. Romantic, Fantastic, ba-da-ba. Shaggy.
Couple versions of this song.
Oh, there is a couple of versions. 1995 was our next guest, even alive then. His name is Mike Cadlick. He's from CLNS. He's from Sports Illustrated. And he joins us here on 98.5 The Sports. Oh, he's not on yet?
Yeah, no, not in the Zoom yet.
All right, maybe we'll make sure I gave you the right number.
Yeah.
Make sure we got here. Smooth. Just like silk. Dun dun dee 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 doo doo doo. Dee 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 da da. Dee 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 with the boo doo doo dee da ba boo dee doo bee boo boo ba 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 ba. Right? Just kind of just roll with the beat, right?
I know it. Only bombastic is the only words I would know. Okay, yeah, I'm admitting him right now.
Mr. Romantic, Fantastic, ba-da-ba. I'm trying to get this TV thing working. We'll have to find out and wait. Also, it looks like Taylor Swift skipped the game. There was a Brazilian Twitter handle that mentioned that she'll be there tonight, and they lied to me. And I am not happy with that. So I would prefer if they didn't do those things to me. Mike Cadlick's joining us here. Sports Illustrated. How you doing, Mike? Do we have Mike? Please. Hello.
You got me?
I got you. How
Hi,
you
Joe.
doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
It's Friday night, and I'm feeling all right. The party's here on the west side. We're playing music from the 90s.
Okay. What was for dinner tonight, Joe? It's Friday.
Nothing. I've had hot fries.
Okay.
And Trolleys. You know those things?
The gummy worms? The sour gummy worms?
Yeah, the gummies. That was my dinner right now.
Rumor has it you and old Barthy had a good little Chinese food dinner last night. Big spread is what he told me. That was the rumor.
9 Dragons.
Yep.
It was amazing.
A cousin of the Kowloon, is that correct?
Yeah. Let's call
Sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
You call it
good
that.
stuff up there? Okay.
It was fantastic. I'll have a video for you soon.
Love it.
So, speaking of the 90s, I was reading an article from Dan Shaughnessy today, and he thinks that this is the first time that people have been excited to go to Gillette Stadium since Tom Brady's last game in 2020, and I disagree with that. I think the last time I had this type of excitement was probably 1995, 96. When
it's a long time ago.
No, I know, but the thing is, when you're good for 20 years, are you excited every year, or do you just have expectations?
I mean, I'm frankly I'm trying to think of the last time I was excited for a game.
They've been good your entire life.
Pretty much, yeah. This has been like the down years for me. Yeah. I mean, look, I was excited for the Thank You Tom game when he came back and did the whole run out of the tunnel, but that was still
that was exciting. You're right. That was a good game too.
Well, the Bucs game was fun. Also, the one where he came back and ran out of the tunnel and did that whole thing was cool. But that's kind of it. It all surrounds Tom Brady. Besides that, you need more here. Even the playoff game against Buffalo, that was in Buffalo, so that doesn't count as a home game. So yeah, they're few and far between at this point.
So what are we hearing on Will Campbell and his ankle?
So I'm not worried about Campbell and his ankle right now. Originally, when the report had came out after yesterday's practice, it was a little worrisome because you never know if, it was something where, right, they call it limited, which means a blanket statement means he participated in a portion of practice. So for all we know, they could call him limited. It doesn't sound that bad. He could have rolled his ankle and broke it, and he is limited because he missed the second half of practice. But for him to be out there again today, he was spotted in the locker room with a sleeve on his left ankle, and he was again limited. So if he had gone from limited to did not participate, I would have been like, okay, something's up, something happened in practice, and it's an issue. But for him to, again, get out there again today, work through it, They labeled him questionable, but I would be pretty surprised if he wasn't out there. I think he's going to go out there and start next to Jared Wilson and get that rookie left side of the offensive line their debut. So Vidarian Lowe should be ready. I would say he'll be active, and probably wouldn't shock me if somebody else was elevated from the practice squad for some extra help there just in case. But it would definitely surprise me if Will Campbell didn't start on Sunday.
What's going on with Christian Barmore? He's on the list, but it's not injury related. Anything to be concerned about?
Again, that's another one I'm not concerned about. He was kind of in a ramp up period the entire summer, and I think they're just being super cautious after what happened last year, and understandable, right? He goes through the blood clot issue in the summer and misses, the first 3 quarters of the season or whatever it was, a little over half. He comes back, and this is speculation, but I feel like maybe he could maybe rush back a little bit last year. He got healthy, he was ready and wanted to play, so they let him play. And then it kind of caught up to him again with the blood clots, and he had to sit out the rest of the season. So I just feel like they're being extra careful right now, giving him rest. And again, they did it throughout camp. He would work a couple days, and then he would take a day off and be out there for individual drills, but they wouldn't put him through the gauntlet of the team drills. So that's another one. I'm not worried. The only one that, again, I'm sure we'll get to it, the other Christian is Gonzalez. And I told you last Friday, Joe, there was a little conversation I had, a little birdie, and I wasn't too confident that he was going to be out there for week 1. And that's one where I'm just like, it feels like there was some sort of setback there. Can't be certain, but the fact that he was out for, a little over a month here now and is heading into week 1 and still can't get out there, hasn't practiced, is something that we should probably be concerned about. And you've kind of been on the Gonzalez injury front from day one here. So
yeah, I don't think he plays next
that
week.
They're not going to have him.
I don't think he plays next week either.
So that probably wouldn't surprise me at this point either. But once it gets into like 3 weeks and 4 weeks, that's when I start to get kind of speculative about the handling of it, because if he was going to be out for this long, place him on injured reserve, right? Get yourself an extra roster spot, help out the back end of your secondary, or help out another position group like tackle with Will Campbell now being hurt, where give yourself some roster flexibility if you know Gonzalez isn't going to be out there for a month. Shelve him, let him get rest. But the fact that they're stringing it along with the roster, it tells me that he's probably a little bit closer than a full 4 week, full month off, but it's definitely concerning that he hasn't practiced yet. And again, you're talking about another week against the team in Miami, which is loaded with speed. They should be, and they will be. It seems like they are now being extra cautious with this because he is their best player on the team.
All right, we're talking about Mike Cadlick. He of CLNS. He of Sports Illustrated. One of the discussions this week was, who would you rather, Geno Smith or Drake Maye? This week, who would you rather have, Geno Smith or Drake Maye?
Yeah, I've been tuning into this a little too much on this station, this conversation.
And again, how come I haven't heard this? I thought I was like the guy who brought it up on the air. I don't listen to the other shows. You do.
2-6 ran with it a little bit this week as well. I will say right now, to win a game this Sunday, I would take Geno Smith. He has the experience. He's won before. There's going to be no pregame jitters, which I know that me and you have talked about in this show a couple times with Drake Maye. There's a professionalism isn't the right word, but it's more so the experience where, again, right now, need to win a game on Sunday. Smith's done it before. Drake Maye still has a lot to learn. I would take Geno Smith Sunday. Now, for the future, maybe even for this entire season, I would take Drake Maye. But early on, it's Geno right now. I think Geno's the better quarterback right now, and it's probably going to take a little while still for Drake Maye to surpass him and get into that top 10 to 15 range, which I put Geno Smith around the 15th-ish best quarterback in football right now.
It's ahead of Drake Maye. I agree. I would.
Yeah.
I know the upside. We know the answer to that one, but
and I think that's kind of obvious. I think this is a more obvious discussion, or there's a more obvious answer to this discussion than people want to think, and it's obviously a sports radio discussion, and that's why we do this. But like, if you're going to want to win a game tomorrow, I think most people can understand why you would pick Geno Smith, and I think most people think the outlook and the future is Drake Maye.
All right, so this is how I would break Coach Joe if he was breaking this thing down, or Capper Joe. I think Geno has come to New England before, like last year, and can win on the road. Sure. He'll have capable receivers in Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers, and they're going to run the ball with Genty and Mostert. I am curious how the Raiders can stop the Patriots' run game. I think the Patriots have a superior running game when it comes to their line and running backs. So that's an advantage Patriots. But I think the running that the Raiders will do could potentially get one of those safeties to step up in the box, and they can try to beat them over the top. Their speed, right? Philip Dorsett just got signed today.
Sure.
They got a kid, Thornton or whatever his name is. He's a big kid.
Dante Thornton.
Thornton. Yep,
the rookie.
But without Gonzalez and those two safeties back there, one rookie, one that's really a special teamer, I just feel like they're going to attack the Patriots that way. And, I'm not expecting a shootout. So right now, I like the Raiders in the under. But where I'm going with this is I feel like the Patriots need to win this game. They need to take back home field advantage. Like, they need to – like, they won the first game last year. Did it matter? No. All I'm trying to say is at home it does, though. And at that place, if they want to change what's going on, they need to start winning games at Gillette.
I agree. The home record, I was going to say since Bill left, but obviously, since Tom left, has been a disaster. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they're not able to win. They have not been able to protect Gillette Stadium in quite some time. And forever, that was one of their, that was their bread and butter, right? They didn't lose at home. And I'm with you as far as the difference between last year and this year, right? Like, you're on the road. You weren't expected to win. We gave them the excuse of the rebuild year, and it was against Joe Burrow in Cincinnati at home, or in Cincinnati, and they made it happen. They pulled the rabbit out of their hat. Now here it's a little bit different because it's not a perennial AFC contender. It's the Raiders, and they're coming here, and they have a new coach and they have a new quarterback. Yes, those coach and quarterback have worked together, but it's almost like the Patriots are on the more, I guess they're farther along in their rebuild than the Raiders are right now. And so I know it's still kind of a year 1A with Mike Vrabel because it's a new coach, but I do think that they need to win this game. I do think that they can win this game. And I do think you mentioned the running game. I think both teams are going to want to lean on that heavily, because with what the Patriots have right now, in not just a young and inexperienced, or I guess young and old, but inexperienced offensive line, that two rookies on the left side, one of them's hurt, an aging center in Garrett Bradbury who has not lived up to, I guess, what you might have thought he was going to be, and then Morgan Moses on the right side, who kind of like Christian Palmer was kind of worked into this season. Like, they're going to have to get the ball out quick. They're not going to be able to protect as long, especially with Max Crosby, who's one of the best pass rushers in the league, and then even Malcolm Kuntz, who's he was out last year, but he's a solid edge rusher as well. Right. Yep. Yeah, they're going to want to get the ball out quick, and they're going to want to win it with the run game. They're going to want to use both those running backs. They're going to get Pop Douglas the ball in space. They'll probably dial up a couple things to Stephon Diggs. But it's going to be centered around that run game. And then the same goes with Vegas, because they just drafted Ashton Genty in the first round. He is, when you draft a player in the first round that high, like, that has to be the identity of your franchise. And that's what Genty's going to be. And I think that they're going to try and do that. Yes, you mentioned those wide receivers in Vegas, but like, I don't see it clicking early for them. And even with Gonzo out, I still think the Patriots can cover them up pretty well. And their front seven and what they have on their defensive line right now with the Patriots is awesome. The linebacker room's a little thin. It's Spillane, and then it kind of falls off. But like, I do think the Patriots can win this game. I think right now I say they will win this game, but it's not going to be easy. And I do agree with you that it's one where last year was sort of a trial by fire with a rookie quarterback. Well, it was Jacoby, but a rookie quarterback that you just brought in, a new head coach who has never done more than coach linebackers. Now it's time to put up or shut up almost, and you don't need to necessarily go win the Super Bowl, but you do need to prove that you're on the right side of this rebuild so far. So that, yeah, they do. It must win in week one is strong, but it feels like it's definitely an important one to start this thing off.
All right, final one. Who's got the biggest revenge factor this week? You got a lot of guys here, right? You got Pete, you got Josh McDaniels, you got the Raiders themselves. Jacoby Meyer. Who's got the biggest revenge factor? My answer is Josh McDaniels.
Kaylavon Chason's in there too. He was with Oakland.
Captain Kaylavon Chason.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, it's probably McDaniels. He downplayed it this week, as he probably should, because I think
he got fired while trick-or-treating.
Well, so what are you saying? That he shouldn't have got fired while he was trick-or-treating?
No, I'm saying that he knows that team has motivation.
Right.
He knows he knows those tendencies. I know Pete Carroll. He knows Pete Carroll's defenses too. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the answers.
This guy out there too. Right.
He's got the answers to the test.
Yeah, and I think he downplayed it, and I think he downplayed it rightfully so this week because, I feel like deep down Josh probably knows that he got fired for the right reasons. Like he kind of might be doing a little too much as a head coach, and he's better as a coordinator, and so he's back to his roots now, back to the place where he started. The other day he called it home. He said he's home now, and he is home. He's settled down here. He lives just outside of the area, and he's been here forever. And now he's back where he's supposed to be. I think he's had his best success here by a margin. And revenge, I guess you can call it revenge because he can kind of get them back for firing him. But I also think he kind of deserved to be fired. And I think everybody knows he did. They weren't on the right track, and he's better as a play caller. The more revenge game to me is Jacoby Myers because he should have got paid here. The Patriots didn't pay him. Now, he's not getting revenge on Bill Belichick, who refused to pay him, which is kind of the hard part here. But there is a ton of back and forth and webs weaved here between these two teams. So it's definitely exciting. Pete Carroll's another interesting one too. But at the end of the day, I would probably put Josh on top of that list too, just because that's the most prevalent one, the one that makes the most sense, the one that ended the ugliest at the other place. And I think he's in a good position to get said revenge on Sunday.
All right, you going to be there this Sunday?
I will. Myself and Taylor Kiles will be there for CLNS Media. We'll have our Patriots postgame show live on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, feel free. I'll be working for SI down there as well, doing some blog writing there for them. So jam-packed weekend, and football is officially back, so we're fired up.
Looks like Taylor has a little sit-down with Keyshawn Boutte.
Yeah, it was good. He spoke with Boutte the other day. I watched it. I got the exclusive back-end look before we went live. But it was good. Keyshawn opened up a little bit. He's been a quiet guy, rightfully so. But no, it was good. Good little sit-down. Go check it out on our Patriots Press Pass YouTube channel.
He's Mike Cadlick. He'll be at the game this week, and you can check out his work, Sports Illustrated, CLNS. Mike, appreciate joining us on a Friday night, bud.
Always, Joe. Talk to you soon. Thanks for having me.
He's Mike Cadlick, everybody. Solid job over at Sports Illustrated. He'll be at the game this week as well. And some guy in chat goes, "Hey Joe, do you believe the things that people write in chat?" His name's Daniel. I would just say this: I've never seen you before, Daniel. So therefore, if you have something to say to me, I would probably take it seriously, or not. I don't know. I guess, what do you got to say to me? We'll leave it there. I'll get to the headlines here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right. Front.
Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
And it has been announced when John Cena will make his last appearance in Boston. He's from West Newbury, Massachusetts. And it's been announced that November 10th will be his last day in Boston, his last match in Boston. So he'll be there November 10th, then New York City the 17th. And it sounds like his last match will be in December in Washington.
Down on that.
Down on it, too. Now, sources on this one. John Alba, who I was with a couple of weeks ago, works for SNY TV. Boston officials were very upset with how WWE communicated the bidding process with them. There were demands, and in comparison to the past events in Boston. So I'm hoping Washington, D.C. paid for John Cena's last match. I hope it's not political by any means. WWE back in March was looking for about $7 million in total from Boston. Boston rejected that proposal from WWE. So I believe they put some people believe that they put John Cena's last match up for option to bid at other locations. And I don't think Boston thought they could profit from the 5 days of WWE events in December. And I would just like to say, as a fan, we lost out on SummerSlam because of COVID. And I think they gave like a money in the bank or something. I don't know what they did. But it's unfortunate. Do we blame Boston for not bidding on it, George? Or do we blame WWE for going to the highest bidder?
Yeah, I blame WWE and TKO. The way they've kind of been their business model of late, and where they're going with the PLEs.
Yeah. DC? Who the hell's going to DC?
Right.
Who is going to DC for this?
And then to as a consolation, we'll get November. We'll get a Raw.
That's what they did last time, though.
Right. They're missing the mark there. And DC, I wouldn't even consider like a Philly, New York, Chicago type fan base. Boston up there as well.
And where is it tonight?
Tonight,
Chicago.
I think
who's from Chicago?
CM Punk.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They play that one up, but again,
right. I'm sure in November they're going to play it up, but we'll know here as it winds down to December and Christmas time, what should have been.
I'm sure my buddy Justin Barrasso will be all over this one. He covers combat sports and wrestling, etc. But I think fans are disappointed they're not going to be able to get the last match in Boston.
This was supposed to be an event. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. That would have been something quite a spectacle.
They could have done multiple things.
Right.
They could have had Friday Night SmackDown. They could have done NXT Saturday. They could have had his last match on Sunday. They could have had Monday Night Raw. They could have done NXT on Tuesday. They really could have done it.
Right, and all rumored around that Saturday night main event in the middle of December that we were hoping for to get over here in Boston.
But there's hotels right there. Everything was right there.
Yeah. It's corporate greed is where it is. I'm out on the ESPN and I don't think Comcast Xfinity is compatible with the pay-per-view. So I'm just gonna be out on it. They lost me. And then they lost that Saturday night main event, the last Peacock event. I'm cutting Peacock right now.
God. Well, anyways, for all you wrestling fans out there, you won't be able to see John Cena's last match. You'll have to go to DC or watch it somewhere. Out. Speaking of that, we got In or Out coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
No. So I'm out. Next.
Yeah, so moving on, we have live-action Street Fighter reboot. We have the cast announced, including one Cody Rhodes as Guile.
Love it.
Jason Momoa as Blanca. Jason Mimosa.
I love mimosas.
I do too, yes. And 50 Cent as Balrog. Roman Reigns is up in the mix as well. Joe, are you in or out on the Street Fighter cast?
In. I like it. You said Roman's in it too?
Yeah, Roman is going to be.
Yeah, I like that one, and I already saw Guile. Cody is Guile.
Cody, yeah.
With the hair. I'm in on this.
With the hair, yeah.
Street Fighter was huge when we were kids.
That's right.
I do think Mortal Kombat took it over, though.
Yes, and they're going to do a second one of those as well. Based on the reboots, right? They did a couple when we were growing up in the 90s as well, so those have kind of gotten their steam. I'm in on it. I am a fan of the video games growing up. Still have them on the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. I do like that this is kind of an all-star cast, so I'm eager to see what plot they can put together, and then the action sequences should be stupendous. So, hey, Mitch, what do you say for Street Fighter? Are you in or out on this cast of characters?
You know, I'll say in, but I'll be honest. I mean, personally, for me, growing up as a kid, I didn't really play a whole lot of like video games or anything like that. So this isn't necessarily like my expertise. But I think if you have Cody Rhodes in it, yeah, I mean, I can be in on that. Seems like a pretty classic game.
I feel like they missed 30 years later, though. Well, there's a couple of movies, I guess, in the between, but
they did a good job kind of.
I'm kind of out on reboots, man.
I know they're doing Meet the Parents again. It's something like Focker-in-Law or something like that. Pardon the French, but right, it's.
Is Robert De Niro in it?
I think De Niro and Stiller are going to be in it. So these reboots lacking the originality, but turning the page. Speaking of originality, the NBA per Shams Charania have announced a new NBA All-Star Game format that would consist of a 3-team round robin, 2 USA teams, and 1 world team. Joe, are you in or out on the new NBA All-Star Game format proposal?
Clearly, there's a problem with the game, right? So they're trying it. I'm over it, but you know what? They want to keep trying things. I didn't watch the All-Star Game this year. Do you know that? So that's what's happening, is I'm not watching anymore. But is this going to get me to watch? Probably not.
Yeah, what do you say, Mitch?
I'm definitely in. I mean, personally for me, I think the NBA All-Star Game is one of the most embarrassing All-Star games that we have. I don't think the product is good. It's obvious they're not trying. I think if you have guys who are maybe competing for their home country, they might take a little bit more pride in it and compete a little bit harder. But I think it's needed. You know, this event, I don't care about it. Like, I'm never going to go out of my way to watch the NBA All-Star Game, so I respect the fact that they are trying to switch it up a little bit and make it a product that is going to be more appealing to the audience. So I would say I am in on a new NBA All-Star Game format.
All right, and me as the people's champ, the voice of the people, I am obviously out on this. My goodness, I'm very disappointed in you guys. But, I mean, if we can just get maybe a stipend or something that they can kind of, some monetary incentive for these guys to bring the effort back. But 2 USA teams, I already, unless they're going to do East or West with that, but it's All-Star Game, not All-Star Games, not mini tournament. So even though that the competitiveness, or so to speak, might be manufactured here in this case, I can't watch multiple All-Star Game 12-minute game quarters. Get out of here with that. I'm out on that. And then to cap it off here, we have Will Campbell, who has an unusual superstition. Joe, are you in or out on his particular superstition of wearing the same underwear for the last 5 years plus?
So, I'm in on this one.
Explain.
Listen, I never played sports at a level of Will Campbell. Never. But I wore the same undershirt. I wore... Doesn't matter what I wore. But I know that in sports, it's about comfort and about, you know, hey, last time I wore this, I did this. Or, hey, last time... But the fact that this man puts underwear on, that's Superman underwear, and now thinks he's Superman, whatever gets him to feel comfortable and feel like Superman, I'm absolutely in on this one. So in.
Mitch, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all athletes are superstitious to a point, you know? I would definitely say in. I mean, as long as he's washing them, I think, you know, I'm in, obvious. But yeah, I would say, I mean, and who doesn't love Superman too? I mean, I would say that I'm in on that. Hey, who knows? Maybe it's the underwear that's, you know, gotten him all the way to the NFL. You never know.
My only thing is, same pair?
Yeah,
he says he puts it in a plastic bag.
Yeah, after washing it and stuff too. I am surprisingly in on this. You know, I would love to see the shape that they're in. You know, I wouldn't want to be in that vicinity though as he opens the bag. But
always was a briefs guy when playing.
Nice.
Because he wears something else and things they can rip him.
Oh yeah, no,
you don't want someone ripping you.
Now, whatever's going to make him comfortable, whatever floats his boat. Now, what I would say is the OCD element. What happens if he's missing the trousers on game day? You know, is that going to affect his game? Is that going to creep up into his head? So we'll wait to cross that bridge. Hopefully not anytime soon. But I am in on superstitions and that particular one for Will Campbell. And thus concludes In or Out.
Great job, George. Great job, George. Let's try saying that 5 times fast. All right, great job, River. Nice job. Make sure you put your mic down now so you don't say anything stupid off the air. Good job. You're learning. This is what your internship is all about. All right. Well, in or out's in the books. Why don't we take a look at week 1 of the season? Oh, we have George, I got a song in there for you. I'll put it in Slack for you. I put it in our rundown, but you know what? I'm going to put it right now in our Slack channel. But there's always something to get us ready for week 1. And, of course, you don't want to miss Joe Me the Money tonight. I got weekend picks, and I'm not doing a betting show anymore. The Over Under podcast, 8 years in running. This year they went in a different direction. So I'm a free agent. So now you have to just wait for Joe Me the Money at 10:35 on Fridays. But I got your picks. We'll do that later. But first, let's hit the headlines here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Toucher Type Studios, WBZ and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, NFL action right now underway in Brazil. It's the Chargers 10, Chiefs nothing. A touchdown pass from Justin Herbert to Quentin Johnston. The Chiefs, though, they are threatening at the moment. They're in the red zone. We'll keep you posted. They are down to just 3 receivers after Xavier Worthy left the game. Those 3 receivers, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Tyquan Thornton. Why can't the Patriots get guys like that? And the Red Sox begin a 6-game road trip tonight in Arizona. And the Patriots, of course, playing Sunday. Will Campbell is on the injury report with an ankle injury. Headlines are brought to you by LNF Electrical Services. Tired of dealing with that loose electrical outlet or faulty light switch? Call LNF Electrical Services and have an electrician at your home the next day at a price that you can't be beat. Guaranteed. Call 844-LIVE-DRY. No, 844-LF-WIRES or LFElectricalService.com. I'm Joe Murray, and I'll be better.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here. 98.5. The Sports Hub.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Another song from the 90s. Cause it's just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. When I close my eyes, you come and take me. Daydream, but it's just a sweet. Mariah.
She was blowing up the radio stations back then, yes?
Me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers.
The remixes, right?
That's right. The old ODBs on that one. So, George, we have a tradition on the show. We have a tradition on the show here when I don't know why we go to this guy, but it's and Skaz knows his name. But whenever there's a new week of football, there's a song from a man on the Colts. His name is Seth. Blue is Seth. Is that his name? So let's hear his week 1 Colts anthem to get everybody fired up for week 1.
All right, guys, first game of the season. Let's do it! Woo! This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Dolphins. Let's do it for good old Jim. This is our team. Go Colts!
Gives me the chills.
He said, let's do it for Jim. Jim Irsay?
Correct.
Interesting. Well, I will tell you this tonight, George. When Joe Me the Money comes around at 10:35, I have a pick on the Dolphins-Colts game.
I'm logging that.
So you don't want to miss that one tonight. Again, the phone number here, if you're just hanging out on Friday, you want to hang out, 617-779-0985. I didn't get to these earlier, but what are the top 5 questions heading into this season?
Let's do it! Woo!
I do a good horse. I can do 2 things. I can do a horse and I can do an elephant. Should I do my elephant?
Let's do it. That's excellent. Hopefully, no RVs or things like that on the road right now.
What do you think, River? Thumbs up? You liked it?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Elephant sounds.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. It could have been a thumbs down. You never know. Anyways, it's about all I got for tonight. Let's look at a couple of things. How much does Drake Maye improve this year? New head coach, offensive coordinator, again. It's a big season for Maye.
Could be a problem.
Could be. He'll make mistakes. He needs to limit them, though. Can he be a top 10 quarterback this year? There's a lot riding on the development of Drake Maye. How about Christian Gonzalez? When does he play? Hamstring injury. There's not a lot of depth. I guess there's some depth if you really want to look at it. There is some depth there. I don't think it's strong, but there is. But, this week, then next week it's Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and then you get DK Metcalf. It gets scary. How about the offensive line? Is it improved? They allowed 52 sacks last year. It was the 6th most in Patriots history. They brought in Morgan Moses, Garrett Bradbury. They brought in Will Campbell, Jared Wilson. They need this line to be better, no doubt about it. And I'm banking on Michael Onwenu, by the way. He needs to be a guy. I got on Bregman earlier, and Onwenu needs to be the guy.
I was just thinking that in terms of Bregman, right? Somebody who's like, you expect more from, not enough mention from Michael Onwenu stabilizing that right side, but you would definitely expect him to be Mr. Steady, because that would have a chance to kind of derail the whole line. Somebody like him falling off. I don't know who you're going to plug into that right guard position if Onwenu was to have an injury or down year.
It'd probably be Caden Wallace, which he's still, young.
Lingering.
But let me ask you this. Do you think the Patriots have upgraded weapons this year? I do.
What was the question again?
Upgraded weapons.
Do I think that they have upgraded
from last year?
From last year, yes. I
think Diggs and Henderson right away are upgrades.
Yes, and I'm glad that you mentioned Henderson in particular too, because in terms of this draft, I feel a lot better about this draft compared to last year's draft. I know last year it's kind of revisionist to go ahead and bash that draft, but I mean we were saying it at the time too. In particular with the picks of Jalen Polk and Caden Wallace, it was kind of this is after the fact, there's already 6-7 receivers coming off the board. There are already 6-7 tackles coming off the board, and you're picking 8th, 9th, so settling in the case of the Patriots, especially with the passing of Ladd McConkey. I think that he could have been a fit in there. I know it's redundant to say, hey, Pop Douglas, he's a slot guy. I think they could have made it fit, especially with Drake Maye. I think he has the ability to distribute the ball around and not have, a milk cow, so to speak. So we'll see. Interesting to see what Diggs can bring to the table this year. Definitely, comparatively speaking, we should be a little bit more excited with the weapons. I'm eager to see how the offensive line comes together. I do think that there is also a thin margin for error because the Patriots do lack depth in pretty much across the board in all positions. So if we take somebody out of the O-line, I think running back is probably the only position that we can survive an injury. But if Diggs were to go down, what does it look like for the offense? On the D-line, I could say the same things. It's just razor thin. The linebackers, I'm not sure where we're going to get production from. I liked what I seen from Robert Spillane early in the preseason. He seems like he's going to be what he's advertised as.
Do you think they'll be a top 10 defense this year?
Oof.
I don't.
I don't believe that
they were 20. They were last in sacks last year.
Right. I do expect them to get after the quarterback a little bit more, especially with Vrabel being that defensive mind guy. I know Mayo was as well. Question marks in the secondary, but I think the front seven, minus the stopping of the run, they should be able to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. Keon White, it's a kind of a make or break year. We have to see something out of Keon White, in order to move forward with him. It's just going to be a Trey Flowers type, Dietrich Weiss, type pass rusher that we can give money to, or is he's going to flame out after the rookie contract, get rid of him, move on. Get some stud in the draft, and hopefully we're not picking in the top 10 this year.
All right. We'll have more on the Patriots coming up here on the other side. George is here tonight as well, hanging out with us. He's the people's champ. And how about some bold predictions for this year? You want to do that? We'll do that on the other side. First, I got to hear from this guy. Jason and Gary. What's up, Jason?
Joe, what's going on? I was going to call and maybe give you crap about something because I'm known to do that. But, I was thoroughly impressed. I was thoroughly impressed with your elephant tonight.
Yeah, can you do one?
No, I can't do one, dude. And then I will piggyback on another take of yours that I agree with, Joe, especially to start the season. Again, I think it's completely asinine that Josh McDaniels expects Drake Maye to call the blocking plays for the Lions. It's ridiculous. They don't have a center that can do that. It's asinine.
Well, anything I did say tonight that you didn't like?
No, it wasn't tonight. It was like the last 2 nights before, though.
No, I know. I'm just wondering if tonight I did anything to upset you.
Not tonight.
All right, what's going on?
I don't want to come at you tonight anyways, Joe. It's Friday. I want you to go into the weekend. Have a good one,
Well, thank you. What's going on in Derry, New Hampshire tonight?
Not much. I'm just chilling, playing a little FIFA, listening to the radio, listening to some tunes, that type of stuff. I just had a friendlies, one of those small little cup friendlies things, ice cream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're pretty bomb.
There's a friendlies.
I go to the OG. No, they have in my market basket in the frozen aisle.
Yes, the little guys. I know what you're talking about.
The little ones, yeah. So I don't go crazy,
Yeah, I get the Reese's peanut butter cup one.
I get the OG vanilla sundae, or whatever.
Nice. I live near Friendlies, and I still get a Jim Dandy.
Hey, you guys are always talking about Friendlies, huh?
Dude, I love Friendlies.
That's like a New England institution. It originated in New England, right?
There's only a few left, man.
Wilbraham.
Yeah, it started in Wilbraham. If you go, our intern River lives in Springfield, so he probably sees the Friendlies little landscaped thing that they have off the pike.
Right.
So, all right, man. Well, maybe I'll say something that'll piss you off later.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I'll remember it, so I'll call you next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye there.
Bye-bye. He listens every night, and he calls me out for the things that I do. And you know what? That's just life, George.
Somebody got to keep tabs.
No, it's okay. Because I feel like it's a mutual respect. Because I don't want anyone busting my balls who doesn't know me. Like, who are you? If you don't know me, like, who are you to do that?
Yeah, no, don't be that guy.
Oh, it's happened professionally.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know the deal, George. People think that, you're just like weekend guy. And, you're just a fill-in, George. I respect you. You're the people's champ.
Appreciate that. People's champ, guys, he has thick skin over here.
It's the only way to get by in this business, right? Hey, you're fat. You're fat. Tell me something I don't know. I don't want to pull an M&M on you. Remember when he did the rap battle? I do live in a trailer with my mom.
Let all the bullets out, right? You ain't got
He's
nothing.
Clarence, and he went to private school, and he lives with his parents. They have a good marriage. Tell them something they don't know about me. Anyways. Hey, bold predictions. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
again today.
On the Sports Hub.
That I can say. Decapitating, I ain't hesitating to put you in a funeral home. Put a bullet in your dome.
Yeah, we need the edited version, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, was that Natural Born Killers? What did I just do?
No, I think you were still singing this track. You know, it's just we got to tone it down for the people who don't know this music. Yes. Right.
But this was when Smokey drove to the store, and when he went to get out of his car, but he had to put it in like the put it in gear to stop it, and then the guy slipped inside and he goes, "My neck, my back." My neck and my back. You're right. This isn't the audience.
Yes, no.
This isn't the audience.
But if you are looking for a cult classic, go back to Friday. It still holds up to this day, yes. Not so much to see. Next Friday, I do love... you can stop there,
with Day?
Yeah, I love Mike Epps in that movie, yeah. To me, he was a viable replacement for Chris Tucker. Hopefully, if they do execute a Last Friday... to me, the writing is for itself. Like, it speaks for itself. Like John Witherspoon, God rest his soul, he's passed. Maybe they can execute a funeral, and then just call it the Last Friday, and they're meeting there all to sing the praises and the graces of John Witherspoon, who would have been Ice Cube's dad in the movie, and they can kind of have that family reunion from there, and hopefully they can get Chris Tucker on board. That would be hilarious.
That'd be great. I just watched this thing about Half Baked and how. The opening, they didn't want to use the opening because they thought using kids was bad. And then when they did like a screening of it to see,
it worked.
Everyone died. And they were like, all right, we have to keep it now.
Maui, wowie! Oh, my God.
Abba Zabba. Feels so good, man. Carlos is in Worcester. Hey, Carlos.
Hi, Joe. First time caller to your show. Anyways, I just wanted to give a take on friendlies have the Jim Dandy, right? So I can eat that no problem, Joe, okay? Mm-hmm. But there's this place called Gibby's in Worcester. Mm-hmm. It's on Sunderland Road in Worcester, Mass.
Yeah, I know.
Holy smokes. They got this, banana boat sundae. The thing weighs like almost 10 pounds. It's humongous. Oh, my God.
That's a big boy,
That thing put me in comatose state.
I've driven by there. I've never been there, but it's got like the little red shack, right, with the thing outside.
Yes,
I know where it is.
Correct. Yes. Oh my! You got to stop in there. They got great ice cream. It's real whipped cream. I mean, the thing is humongouszoid. Oh, and I actually wanted to say something about the Patriots, but if I could, I just want to say something about the trade, the Michael Parsons trade. Mm-hmm. So I called into Felder and Maz, right? Because I actually think that Jerry Jones actually did the right thing by trading him. And they were like, well, if you traded him, you shouldn't have traded him. You should have paid the guy, and then you should have filled in the pieces. But that's almost $50 million a year. You know, what pieces are you going to fill in when you got a wide receiver that's paid at the top, the quarterback's paid at the top? Now you're going to pay this predicament. And they would have paid at least for at least a starting pitcher and a rotational pitcher. And I don't know why they let Walker Buehler go, but yet hang on to Jordan Hicks. They could have at least put Walker Buehler in the bullpen, but
that was about money. They didn't. They tried. It didn't.
I know. That's so crazy.
Hey, listen, Carlos. Whenever you're trying to think about something, right? And it might not make sense, or you're trying to figure it out, just come down to the money.
No, I know. It's always about the money.
Because we're trying to the Micah Parsons trade, and maybe it is a good deal, and da-da-da-da-da. In the end, they didn't want to spend the money.
No, yes, I agree with you.
And with Walker Buehler, he'd help right now, but they didn't want to spend the money.
I know. Thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I would just like to say that Tyquan Thornton, remember him?
Good old friend.
Just made a huge play in the football game.
I agree. I do like the graphics. The more that I look at that has to be sweet looking on the TV.
Yeah. Tyquan Thornton just had a 38-yard catch to put them in field goal range. Them would be the Chiefs. But there's 15 seconds left, and they just had a penalty. So what happens? False start. It's going to put him back. I don't know, man. And Butker is a good kicker, right?
He certainly is. It obviously, pushing him back there, looking at least a plus 50-yard field goal right now to close out the half. So definitely you would think a chunk play here on this 3rd and 15.
They need a play. They need a play here. And, I mentioned this earlier, but they only have 3 active wide receivers.
That's craziness.
Juju Smith-Schuster is one of them with Thornton
right.
and Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
There's Juju on the outside. Brown, let's see. I mean, have you seen Travis Kelce yet?
Yeah, pretty invisible. True story, though. The backup tight end there, number 83, Noah Gray. There's a false start on the left tackle. That's right. Whistle it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to send him. But now they're out of range.
Yeah, they need a big chunk play on this. No timeouts either for Casey. Excellent.
Hey, how about this? Does look good, huh? You said I got it on the big screen now in our room.
The remote worked?
Yeah, I needed to do some sort of sling digital kind of thing there.
Yeah.
It looks good. I really liked what were the Red Sox on recently? MLB TV? No.
Apple TV Plus.
Apple TV, that was good too.
Great graphics as well. Yeah, and then Roku, they on Sunday, one time this year they've done that.
So, do they have a timeout, Casey?
No.
Wow.
They got him with forward progress, so that did not
11,
stop the clock. They need 10, they're not going to be able to spike it because it's a 4th down play.
8. It's 4th down. So if they spike it, it's a turnover.
Oh yeah, no, they're going to go
3
for the attempt.
2, 1. Is there an offsides?
Wow, that is unbelievable execution. That is unbelievable.
They're going to literally glaze the hell.
My goodness.
They're going to glaze Andy Reid for that.
Yeah, and they should. Yeah, Harrison Butker, he's for whatever they do on that, he's a great kicker.
Listen, I got to tell you right now that the Patriots have done that before.
That was excellent. So Casey on a 3rd and 15, they're about midfield for this field goal. I don't know if that ended up being a 58-yarder. I'm not sure. But so they throw an out-of-bounds play. Noah Gray, who I was going to mention, Leominster High School graduate. That's my alma mater for high school. So he's the backup tight end to Kelce. He's the one who receives that on the flat, but as he's going out of bounds, gets stopped for his forward progress. Right, so they whistle it and rightfully have the time keep going. They so that way you're not going to be able to spike.
The kicker on the field with the holder.
Had the preparation and wherewithal with these 15 seconds. It was about 7-8 seconds when the out of bounds play happened and they rush the kicker out and get into formation to kick that field goal. That is excellent coaching.
And again, something must have happened earlier in the game where the Chargers they declined a penalty. Dude, this is amazing. The reason why I'm crediting the Chiefs here is because the Patriots did it.
We used to do stuff just like this.
The Patriots did this stuff.
Yeah, to get it to a single score game, I mean, my goodness, that is a big score.
They had 2 false starts?
Right.
And on a 3rd and 15, what a simple 8-yard curl to the sideline that he couldn't get out of bounds.
And still execute.
Somehow they executed everybody on the field. Did they have you? Who snapped the ball? Did the long snapper come on the field?
Right. They must have had
was the center who snapped it?
Because Noah Gray, the person who received the catch, was back onto the field lining up.
But think about, snapping a ball to a holder.
Right. Excellent.
And you're not used to it. Like, it's not going to come back spiral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just excellent stuff right there. And then to not have a procedural penalty, which is I was waiting for a flag, didn't come, and then the field goal right.
That's all That's all coaching. It's all I can tell you. That is coaching. It was a thing of beauty.
I've been waiting for this Chiefs team to go away and waiting for their demise since the Tyreek Hill exodus. Mm-hmm. I thought that was going to be the line of demarcation for them. Obviously, Mahomes is all world, all class. He's proven everybody wrong. Hard to dislike them when they're executing like that.
So I guess what happened was Amari and Hampton ran out of bounds, which gave the Chiefs more time after a field goal. But if he stays in bounds, they just kick the field goal and go to halftime. Instead, they kick the field goal, they kick it back to him. Big play to Thornton. They're a threat.
And just dumb coaching on the other side, and what you don't want to gift the Chiefs. You don't want to shoot yourself.
I'm not going to say it was dumb. I think it was a rookie mistake by Hampton.
Yeah.
Because Harbaugh's probably giving it to him.
You would think, right.
And you know what? Marshawn Lynch is doing photography tonight.
Yes.
And is on the bench talking to Hampton about what he did.
Right. And he should receive a scolding, right? You take you don't give them any clock at all. And the Chiefs, with as minimal time as possible, they routinely do this.
Dude, that was a fire drill. 49. Yep, they got the long snapper on the field. I'm looking at it right now. 4 guys came off, 4 guys came on, including the kicker and punter. 59-yarder, a little bit of a hook. Would have been good from 63.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the Chargers, for a team like this, interdivisional, you need to know better. You need to put this team away by a couple scores at least.
Yeah.
And then there they are converting that field goal to close out the half, 7-point game.
Well, there you go.
Remember when we used to look like that?
Jeez. Let me, just for giggles, Bill got all the credit.
Yeah, and I'm an apologist for him.
No, just hang on. Like, sit on that for a second.
Yeah.
Bill got all the credit for stuff like that.
As he should.
Like, the one that I will always be like, that's the one that changed it for me, was the game in Denver when they took the safety. Paxton snapped it, remember, into the net. They punted it, got him, stopped him on 3 straight, got the ball back. Brady touchdown to David Givens? And
ultimate tip of the cap to Belichick.
But that
for sure,
idea saved time, relied on the defense. They got the ball back. Brady made the right call. Like
Andy Reid, he still got his fastball.
And I blessed like that. That was the day I was like, Belichick. That was. But Andy Reid had his team ready to go. This is a Super Bowl contending team.
Still.
And the Chargers are an ascending team with a good coach, with a rookie running back who made a mistake. Now, if this was the fourth quarter, this is not a good day for Jim Harbaugh.
Oof, devastating. Yeah.
They had a great first half, the Chargers, by the way.
Right.
Herbert looked incredible.
Right. We should be singing those praises.
But not for nothing. Patrick Mahomes is throwing to Juju Smith-Schuster and Thornton.
Right. Chargers should be able to close this game. It'll be interesting second half here in Brazil.
All right, we'll get you the headlines here right now. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, as we discussed,
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Maz, afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
We got more time. I'll wait on that.
Yeah, one more break.
All right, George. So let's go back to the old rundown that I sent. Let's see. Let's see what we've hit on and what we haven't hit on tonight. I like to send a rundown just to keep a little guide. We did our opening takes. We did Geno Smith. We did top 5 questions for the Patriots. We did the Payton Tolle start. We did A.J. Brown. We did the anticipation of the game. We had Mike Cadlick on. We did John Cena's last match. We did our buddy singing the Colts song. We haven't done our 10 bold predictions yet.
I'd say let's go down that route. At least we should be able to get a handful of them in.
Okay, so I saw Chad Graff post this, so I figured we could give our take on it. So, let's go 1 through 10. Chad Graff says K'Lavon Chaisson is going to have a breakout year. It's real. The edge rusher, 4 years in the NFL, were underwhelming. Jaguars, right, was with the Raiders last year. Do you think he's going to make an impact?
No.
Me either.
I think Efton Chisholm has a chance to make an impact if I'm going to go off the scrap heap and maybe somebody who's a little on the underrated side. You could see something out of the slot receiver. Historically, we've seen big things.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be active this week.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably take an injury and things to get him onto the field. But I think with the opportunity, Efton Chisholm, give him a chance.
All right, number 2 is offensive line struggles. 4 new starters. Front 5 will have some strong moments in the running game. I agree with that. I do. I think they will.
That I agree with, yes.
Travion Henderson becomes a number 1 running back.
That is only a matter of time. I would agree with that as well.
Okay. The roster turnover will continue.
Oof.
Kyle Duggar, Anthony Jennings, maybe. What about Marte Mapu, Jelani Tavai when he comes back? Do you think they'll still be turnover?
It's hard to tell. You would like to think that they've washed their hands with all of this. I am a little disappointed that there are still cuts being made after the roster cutdown day. Typically, I don't remember this being like a customary thing, where that kind of happens. You like to think as soon as you get it down to the 53-man, that's what it is. So now they're not above reproach here. I mean, not saying that we have a great deep roster and hard decisions are going to have to be made, but I would like to think that we need to add and that hopefully not too much more chopping out of this already dwindled roster.
What do you think of Robert Spillane? Could he lead the league in tackles? I think he'll lead the team.
I do think he'll lead the team too. I was high on this signing, more so than the Harold Landry signing, and I think that he popped during preseason. I think he's a gamer. He has all the hustle and all the intangibles that you'd love. So yeah, I'd be in on that. I could see that.
Will depth become an issue?
Yes. I think attrition is it's especially in this day and age, right, where you're not practicing. It's like the same thing with the pitchers across sports. Why are we having injuries at an all-time high? Well, maybe they're not preparing the way that they used to. Maybe practice does make perfect in this instance. So I do think attrition is going to end up being a problem, and then that has a chance to derail the season, sadly. So that's where a lot of my pessimism comes. Is the Patriots need a lot of things to go perfect, and health being a big one of them.
All right, last one. Drake Maye is ... good. Not great, not bad. He says he doesn't foresee a massive Josh Allen likely year 2 jump for the quarterback where he clearly becomes a top 10 guy. But I do think Maye will improve and end up, as they say, the 16th best quarterback in the league. So what does that mean?
I know that's not a stretch.
He's Geno Smith?
Right. It'd just be middle of the pack. It's easy to agree with that. That's not really a take, screaming off the cliff top. So
finally, he says the Patriots will finish 7-10. I agree. Early this summer, I thought they could get 8 or 9 wins because of their easy schedule, but the lack of depth concerns on the O-line. 7-10 campaign would amount to a slow and steady progress. It's not a massive leap, but I do think it makes them desirable.
Yep, I'm with you too, and I'm on the under when it comes to the 8.5. So I've been right in that 7-8 win at the ceiling.
Here's the deal: they win 8 games, they stole a game.
I'm taking it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, if they win 9 games, there might be a playoff.
Playoffs, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens with the Chiefs tonight, who I'm not sure if you knew this. I had this before any talking head. I had the Patriots, the Chiefs not making the playoffs this year.
That would be a big prediction because I have for the big playoff team to not make it is Detroit. I think Detroit Lions with their schedule, and especially in the tough NFC North, will be hard to come by and to replicate a season that they have. Sorry, Hardy. Sorry, Toucher.
All right, last night I was at the Brook Casino. Great event. Awesome time. There was a weather delay. So the show ended, excuse me. And my 40-minute ride home, I got to watch the fourth quarter at home. And as I was there, I go, can we bet on weather delays going forward? Is there a weather delay right now?
No, for football.
I saw rain. That's what's Harbaugh.
Oh, Harbaugh with his mouth open. I mean, I see the players running onto the field.
So, is something going on right now?
Yeah, no. I turned off the captions, which is probably a bad idea to watch the muted game. It looks like they're still warm, and we'll tell them the next 30 seconds here.
Well,
I'm out on these rain delays and stuff too. Like, get out of here with that. I mean, we used to play in all this football in any weather, you know. Back in my day.
Well, the Red Sox are underway. Payton Tolle got taken deep. What did I say before the game? Who leads the league in home runs? Arizona.
Ooh, I hate their alternate jerseys, by the way.
Oh, no. Boy.
Okay.
Whoa, warning, little warning track power right there.
Yeah.
Oh, they are on the fastball tonight in Arizona.
Right.
Plus,
yeah.
maybe the ball flies a little bit out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
There is a birthday to celebrate today. And George, you have some other things as well.
Yep.
We'll do that on the other side of Murray's Musings, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray.
getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
So we'll have to catch up on that later.
Got the DVR going on that, I have to confess.
Yeah, I got to watch that later as well.
Even though I have been down on it.
So, George, this is the... I'll be going 14 straight weeks. 14 of Patriots games, no bye week. So I'm locked in now.
That's excellent. Yeah. You, Murray and Gasper, 7-day weeks. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, we're still, we'll figure it out. But I will be on this Sunday for postgame. And then we'll be here Monday through Friday. Just Saturdays off. And then Patriots the rest of the way. And then I believe it's a 23-week stretch. Mentally preparing for it.
Winning cures a lot. I hope we just don't suck.
Just want an interesting season.
Yes.
Just like the
For
Red
the
Sox,
right reasons. Right. A lot like the Red Sox.
Anything bothering you? Anything happen on your way in?
Well, no, not particularly. I scour a lot, as a producer, I look for the grab-assy things, and I did stumble upon something that, so National Day, for days that aren't holidays, pretty much out of the rest
of what do you got tonight?
So today is National Cheese Pizza Day.
I love pizza.
Which, I'm obviously in on. I'm very surprised that there wasn't promos up the yin-yang with
Surprised
this.
I didn't have one here.
We didn't have a drop for that. I came early enough where we had some delicious pepperoni and egg pizza. Pardon from where that drop came from. It wasn't for the nighttime, but I got to partake. Today is also, Joe, National Lazy Moms Day. Did you know that?
So what's a lazy mom?
Now, I think they hung up on the word lazy to be sure. So they're not preppy.
Like there's Mother's Day and then there's Lazy Mom's Day?
Yes.
So should I Google it?
Yeah, you can Google it. It's the first Friday in September, apparently, which falls on today, September the 5th. All right, so busy moms know that the work of being a parent is never done. However, occasionally parents need to recharge. The laundry and the dishes will be there later. When possible, finding someone to watch the children for a few hours is worth it. Sometimes all a mom needs is a nap. Other times, mothers, and fathers too, seek adult conversation. I just don't know what any of this is about, but yeah. They're saying the word lazy is a negative term, but it's...
Oh, yeah, like when people say I'm lazy, I get really frustrated because they don't realize the amount of effort, time, work.
Preparation.
Also, George, like not for nothing, but the night show doesn't have the amount of producers the other shows have and the work and all that stuff. So everything we generally do here is it's either prepared or improv, right?
Yes.
So, like... when someone says lazy to me, I like the boil inside me, like
trigger,
because they don't get this.
Right. Yeah. My gripe with it is, pardon the way it's worded, but it's. I mean, they already have Mother's
Lazy
Day.
moms, though.
I know it's a bad connotation.
I don't like it, but I do like pizza.
Right.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You like pepperoni pizza?
I do.
Okay, I found out recently that a cheese pizza where you put pepperonis on it and then put it into the oven is not a pepperoni pizza.
No.
When you make a pepperoni pizza, it needs to be made with the pepperoni already on it.
That I can co-sign and I can agree with. Okay, I wasn't following. I was like, is there an order to this?
Like you get a slice, right?
Yes.
Hey, can I get some roni? Yeah, sure. What do? They take 2 cheeses out, put some ronis on it, and then pop it in the thing. Is it a real pepperoni pizza?
Oof. I know it wasn't made that way. Right.
No.
I need my pepperonis crispy to be sure, but
I like them cupped. Like the ones that comes cupped.
You would have loved the food drop.
I missed a food drop?
Yeah.
Today?
They must have cleaned. Yeah. Well, it was for earlier in the day. I came in early to prepare. Speaking of the preparation and level of that, yeah, I was in earlier, and reaping the benefits of the 2 to 6 show.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes just got a bump out of bounds and went to the ref like, what happened there? Well, it looks like his rushing prop cashed. Was that Tyquan Thornton who ran off that corner? You got to be kidding me.
Oh, I'm staring at waves right now. Let me pull it
So
up.
my whole thing is this. Was Tyquan Thornton a good player and just didn't work out here? Or he goes to the Chiefs and they teach him how to work?
I would think that
how does that happen?
Very limited for the offensive coaching for his time here, I would say, yes. So, yeah, he's probably learning on the fly.
He probably had bad coaching.
Yes.
Good player, fast, bad coaching. He was a stud at Baylor. Stud.
Right.
So wasn't Jalen Polk at Washington.
Yeah, and the speed can kill. You know, I obviously think of the drop pass that he had, and then from there I was just like, you know what, you have no hands. So we'll see if that.
And you know what? Remember there was a ball. It might have been
last year.
Can't remember if it was Drake Maye on the corner right as he jumped for it. It popped
year.
right off his chest. That bothered me.
Yeah. That was the good riddance moment for me and Taekwondo.
And I actually think it was the moment for Zoe too.
Yeah. That's enough. Yeah.
Get him off the field. I don't have much tonight, George.
It's all right. You know, we made it to top of the hour.
Today,
you know,
September 5th.
Yeah.
September 5th birthdays. I'll give you one off the bat. How about happy 29th birthday to Jaron Durant?
Nice. Underrated Red Sox.
I think he's a little overrated, but that's just my opinion, though. My opinion doesn't matter. I don't think he's a good outfielder either, but
I think he is an overrated defender. I'll give you that.
Well, River is clapping, so
Sox tied it up.
Okay. Happy birthday to George Lazenby, 86 years old.
Be prepared to see Tyler Milliken. Looks like Nathan Lowe.
Nipples for triple.
He looks like Nate Lowe with the triple.
Nipples! Man, Nathaniel Lowe's been good, huh?
What a godsend.
Warning track power that went right off the fence.
Yeah, and he was missing for a little while, apparently on a paternity leave.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Happy 74th birthday to Michael Keaton.
The best Batman.
Yep. Rose McGowan, 52 years old today. Cadiz Van Houten's 49 years old today. Cat Graham, 39. Some other ones. Freddie Mercury, lead singer of Queen. Jesse James, the outlaw. Bob Newhart, the actor. And Raquel Welch. She was on I bring up Shawshank Redemption a lot. She was one of the posters, remember? They're all in it. It's a conspiracy, including her. I've dropped the Shawshank.
Oh, when we have to search for the celebrities and then they go through it's same thing with music nowadays too. I couldn't do a music show. I wouldn't know who these artists are.
Sin Cara, wrestler, 48. I don't even know if it's really him under that.
Right, exactly.
All right, well, let's tell you the score of the game because there's been a change. We'll do that in headlines right now.
Play fake. Maye drop back, pocket is holding. He's going to roll to his right. Looks downfield, throws off platform. He's looking for Tyquan Thornton. Dribbling attempt, and he can't make the play on the near side. Jalen Mills covering for the Jets. And again, Drake Maye keeping the play alive, rolling right, eyes up the field, and throwing toward Tyquan Thornton.
Fantastic job by Maye. Great footwork, off-platform throw. Puts it right there. Make a play. Second-round pick who's been on the side of a milk carton, lets it bounce off his chest. And you're hearing it from the crowd, and you should.
That ball was perfectly
I don't know how he's active today. Right in the hands.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Friday Night Football in Brazil. We got a tie game between the Chargers and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes just led a drive. He rushed for a touchdown. 13-13 is the score midway through the third quarter. Chargers football, the Patriots will take on the Raiders this Sunday. Will Campbell's dealing with an ankle injury. Christian Barmore is on the list. They're both questionable. I think both will play, though. On Sunday, and the Red Sox in action right now. Tie game 1-1 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Payton Tolle's on the mound. Nathaniel Lowe with an RBI triple in this one. Headlines, they are brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining. Drains by James. Slow drain, clogged drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Felger and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
I got college football on right now as well as the NFL game. There's Louisville and James Madison going on right now. The quarterback of James Madison is Matthew Sluka. Do you know who he is?
No, I do not.
Matthew Sluka played at UNH.
Nice.
Then he transferred to UNLV last year and had a huge first 3 games. But he opted out because he didn't get his money, his NIL money from UNLV. He became a free agent. Well, he's now on James Madison, who's came from one AA or FCS to Division I. They're one of the better teams now in the Sun Belt.
Look at that.
He's their quarterback, though. They're down 6 with 4 minutes to go at Louisville. But Matthew Sluka was the first opt-out when it came to NIL. He became the first free agent, if you really think about it.
That's crazy, too. It sounds like a thing for the lawyers, too.
But you know, hey, come to UNLV. Leave UNH. Come to UNLV. We'll give you this money. Then he doesn't get paid the money 3 games in.
I remember that story,
Yeah.
too. Yep.
But I put it on, and I'm like, oh, I remember this kid, Sluka. Did the Chiefs miss a field goal? Or the extra point? What happened there? It was 13-6, right? 7 times 13, right? What am I missing?
Yeah,
Travis
like,
Kelce. See, Travis Kelce just took a punch to the face.
Yeah, looks like he open hand slap.
Was that a penalty?
I'm not sure. He's still on the sideline, too, so it doesn't look like an ejection either.
Speaking of that, the Spitgate.
Yeah, you'd have to assume that they did miss an extra point. I'll have to take a look at the box.
I know, I've been tied up here. A lot going on. Got the football game going on. Got the college game. I got 3 games going on right now on my television. Oh, my God, the Red Sox outfield.
Right in between, too.
You know, Arizona's had a little bit of a down year, but they're not a bad team, you know?
I do love that ballpark, too.
Would you go in that pool?
I would.
I would, too.
I would.
I've never been to Arizona, have you?
No, Niagara Falls is the most west I've been.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Niagara Falls.
You've never been to Florida?
Well, Florida that's east, yeah. I've been to Florida and Puerto Rico, yeah. For Niagara Falls and on the Canada side, too. So. The better side. Yeah, got to have your passports. They don't tell you that.
We need to get you one of those boards to be like, where have you gone?
I'm the area code nerd, though, so all these places, you're naming the area, I could tell you the area codes of whatever.
What area code is Louisville, who just scored a touchdown?
Oh, Louisville. That's a good one. And you're going to have to back me up on this 502.
Okay. How do you know all that? You worked for, did you do that for work?
Yeah, I used to do 411 directory assistance. We'd get a couple niche spots, like in Texas, Wisconsin,
Is that still
New
big?
York. It can't be because
you could just Google everything now.
Exactly. And we were starting to get like that internet in our pockets back in the early aughts. So, and that's about the time that I got laid off and was given a severance and all that. So.
Before I got hired at the Sports Hub, I was working radio, but I needed a full-time job. And I worked for this company that literally made their money off selling the phone book.
Yes,
but what they did was they wanted to do digital ads too. So like hey, want to renew? Okay, great. On top of it, do you want to do some digital ads? I was selling the phone book on the North Shore.
I'm disappointed we still don't get that, on like a yearly basis. When I say phone book, does that mean anything to you at all? Yeah.
River?
I mean, I know what a phone book is. I've heard of it. I don't know if I've actually ever seen one in person, though, because I never had any sort of need for a phone book.
And would you know how to, if I said I wanted Domino's, would you know how to find that?
I mean, I would assume it would be coded by, like, the first letter. So I would probably just look through all of, like, the D's and see if I could find Domino's. I don't know. Fun fact, though, you mentioned Domino's. It's funny. I actually I worked at Domino's as a driver for a couple of years. So it's funny you mentioned that.
How were the tippers? How were the tippers?
Is my mic? Okay, we're good. I would say they were mostly pretty good. So we delivered to a bunch of colleges like Champlain College and University of Vermont. Those weren't as good. But if you went like south into some of the more suburban areas, some nicer homes, typically the tips would be pretty good.
College kids, and they're
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the college kids, they order late anyways. So yeah, not a bad gig. Good money, but not the most fun.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Do you know what a CD case is?
CD case. Yeah, well, it's just a case for CDs, right?
Did you ever have a CD case?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've listened to like CDs growing up. I haven't used one in a while, but I mean, when I was like 10, 11 years old, we still listened to CDs.
So when I was growing up, we used to keep CD things over our visor.
Oh, really?
And we had 5 and 10 disc CD changers in the back of our trunks.
Oh, really?
So we'd put 10 CDs in the back of our trunk in a CD thing, and then it would go to our radio. And
really?
We could change it.
But I had one of those 10-disc changers as well.
Yeah, but I don't think he knows, remember when you drive around with your friends, hey, what do you want to listen to? And you give them the CD book?
Oh, those were the days.
And you'd flip through and be like, what do we want to listen to? Now you can just literally search, like, a genre.
Right, and then Bluetooth, it's amazing. I do miss having the CD collection that I did have. You kind of go tracks album to album, and you learn the underground hits that way. And now I don't know how they make money unless they're torn. I have no idea.
What about a payphone?
Again, I've heard of them, but I've never actually had to use a payphone. I mean, I grew up in a small town in Vermont, so we didn't really have payphones ever, even when I was a young kid.
Sad,
because not really a thing.
Because, Joe, you would think that a payphone would serve its purpose in the rural areas, even more so. So yeah, it is sad that these phone booths are also going by the wayside because, I also think of this as well. The grid gets fried, and there's no longer these landlines. Even in businesses, it's just like, wow, that's a phone jack right there. You'd hang up the phone, you'd put the phone there, and people would call you and ask for you. When you were
I had
home.
that at my high school gym.
Yeah.
We have the number. I'd call the gym and be like, "Hey, who's there?"
And we would remember the numbers, and now we don't.
I had a beeper too.
Now, when we could leave messages on beepers, to me that blew me away as a kid. The Matthew Sluka, we did have a correction from the caller. He did want to correct, and he is right. He came from Holy Cross. He didn't transfer from UNH. It was Holy Cross that he had transferred from to UNLV.
Okay. All right. So, wide right, huh? Harrison Butker on that field goal. How does he make a 59-yarder?
Just 59 layup with all the pressure and the drill to get in there, and then missing extra points.
Okay. Well, let's take a break. Well, you're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
I've been marinating this one for a little while, right? Does River look like Tim Staskowitz, our digital manager?
Some relation, you would think, like a blonde Staskowitz.
And I said he had hair of Craig the Hammer Valentine.
Yeah, he would.
And he has a Bobby the Brain Heenan look.
Nice.
Look, he's wearing the black too.
Oh, Bobby the Brain Heenan was my idol. He would wear something just like that.
He's got great hair, I got to tell you.
Yes.
You know, George, I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat.
Yeah, and we don't have any producer.
I know.
Yeah,
there you go. All right.
The mop is dry today.
No, you got a good set of hair.
Excellent, thank you.
You got great lettuce.
I feel beautiful right now. I got shout out to the barber. He made me beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Gabi.
I will say this: there's nobody who loves being here more than George. George, father, right?
Yes.
Touchdown! Beautiful throw by Justin Herbert.
Yes. Let's
Absolutely beautiful.
Let's go.
As I'm giving George his flowers.
Yes. Should they go for 2?
No.
Yeah, don't have them chase points, right?
Yeah, exactly. What a beautiful designed play. No play action or anything. Great play. I got to give the Chiefs some credit, though. They've been hanging in there. And they're depleted. Like, they're hurt. Kelsey took that punch, too.
Yeah, no, I quite couldn't take that leap and say that, the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs. I just hated it all those years that they were hating on the Patriots. And as long as they had Brady and Belichick, it was like, no.
Well, stay tuned. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks for Joe Me the Money coming up. And, of course, I'll give my prediction for the Patriots before we get out of here tonight. So let's talk to Tom.
Commercial, I turned it down.
Hey, Tom!
Hey,
I heard you talking before I answered you.
So we went for the truffle fries today.
Huh?
Pairs excellent with a Narragansett, in case you were wondering.
Where did that come from, though? You had truffle fries today?
Oh, yeah. No, this evening, yes. Truffle fries.
Yeah, I love truffle fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd you have them from? Where'd you get them from?
The Red Sox dumped Evers and then said it gave them all this flexibility. And then the trade deadline comes and they do nothing.
Pretty much.
So why? I mean, they have some young guys coming up, but they don't have a catcher. They don't have a first baseman. They could use some hitting. They could use some pitching.
Well,
kind of a lot. So what are we doing here?
They got Nathaniel Lowe off the scrap heap, so he's your first baseman.
Which
I'm not
doesn't
defending.
count.
Just so you know, I'm not defending them.
It's a rounding error. They could have got what's the kid from Minnesota, the pitcher that was decent.
Joe Ryan. But here's the deal. Just so you know, when you get the players for less money in the offseason than you do at the trade deadline.
I realize that, but they could spend the money if they wanted to.
Yes, but we always talk about lazy takes. Just bringing up the money with the Red Sox now is lazy now because they're not spending it.
But it's not the money. It's they have needs at several positions, and they didn't address any of them.
Tom, I agree with you. So now that we agree, what can we do about it?
What happened with the strike for the Fenway concession workers? Does that ever go through?
I actually have no clue. I have friends that work there. I have no clue. I can find out.
I was listening to Zolak and Bertrand, and they were talking about it, and then it just kind of went away, and I didn't know if they settled it or how that ended up. But
I have no clue. But here's the deal, dude. Just so you know.
Okay.
When they traded Rafael Devers, right? They got a bad return.
Yes,
the reason
absolutely.
why they got a bad return was because they didn't want to take on any money of the contract.
Correct.
So part of the deal was taking on Jordan Hicks' contract. So they saved money, and they didn't have to spend any more Devers money. So I just look at it as they think that they can operate. When they're a competitive team, they'll spend the money, and this is the first time they've been competitive in a few years.
So to mix sports is like the Patriots, where they think they're smarter than everybody else and they can spend less money but still win as much.
I would say it's pretty close.
But baseball is way more. I mean, this front office tells how good they are at analytics and how all their algorithms are the best and this, that, and the next thing. And I've yet to see that bear fruit.
Yeah, like, for example, Alex Core, right? He's the one who he listens to these guys who are the numbers guys and says, all right, you should take Payton Tolle out. So they take him out and then the bullpen blows it. Well,
yeah.
At the same time, though, when they go by analytics and they're down 1 in the 9th inning and they don't run the guy at third base, it's like, how much are you relying on the analytics? Like, could we just throw you in there to be the manager and just listen to what they have to say?
You need in this day and age, you either need someone who's been managing for forever or someone that can take the analytics on the one side and weigh what's actually happening in the real world. Because the analytics are great, and most of the time they give you the right answer. But it's not just like you can have an AI computer manage the Red Sox, because there are people involved. There's variables they don't take into account in a certain game or a certain situation, and that just kind of leaves you in the lurch. And so what? Core's going to go to the press conference and say, "Well, the computer told me to do this, so I did that."
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't work out for us. Like that's not him.
I know.
That doesn't make sense.
Thanks, Tom. I think it's hard for people to understand this. Do you see what I mean? Like, yes, that is true. He's going to go to the podium and he's going to say, "Yeah, we it was an impact arm. It's just he's not the fall guy." You get what I mean?
Yeah, and there's no longer these waiver wire deals that we used to have. This time of year, they've gone away from that. They've gone hard trade deadline, so it's no longer this non-waiver trade deadline. And then we'll wait to see who can clear waivers and do a whole waiver wire deal with the minor league prospects. That it just doesn't exist anymore. The Red Sox were lucky to stumble upon Nathaniel Lowe. So
I still think they're a competitive team. Still think when they're right, Arlene Core knows what to do. And it is the roster. The roster is what it is. I'm not defending John Henry when I say this. I think at the beginning of the year, John Henry has a reliable guy like Smithers, right? One's Mr. Burns, the other's Smithers. And Mr. Burns says to Smithers, "What's the percentage of winning a championship this year?" Mr. Burns, it's 4%. We're not spending the money, right? Then that's it. So then as the season comes along, it's like, well, now it's 38%. Oh, now it's 40%. So they saved all that money, but I think next year is when they're looking at maybe spending it. It's easy for me to say until they do it. All right, we'll get your final headline of the night here. We'll get you the score of the football game. And coming up on the other side, Joe Me the Money. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports. through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money. Jerry, does that make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Jerry.
Show you the money.
Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with meaning, brother. Hey, I got Bob Sugar on the other line. I better hear you say it.
No. Show you the money.
Not show you. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Louder.
Show me the money.
That's it, brother, but you got to yell at me.
Show me the money.
I need to feel you, Jerry.
Show me the money.
Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
98.5 The Sports Hub. It's Show Me the Money. This is the only outlet I have this year to do some gambling talk. The Over Under podcast went 8 years here at 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Shout out to Lift Shots and the original Bankroll Boys.
That's right, the Bankroll Boys. So the podcast is no more, but this is now my outlet. So I'm available if anybody would need a gambling capper or expert or anything to that degree. But let's start it off, George, in good old Norman in college football as Oklahoma, the sophomore. They're in action tomorrow. Should be a good one. A lot of college football games tomorrow. I'm going to give you the number one, but give me the Oklahoma Sooners tomorrow, and let me get you the exact line on it because I've been looking around and trying to find the best odds. A lot of these are DraftKings Sportsbook. I know ESPN Bet has some of these as well, but they take on Michigan, and Michigan's on the road tomorrow. Justin Mateer is the quarterback. Mr. Mateer is the quarterback of Oklahoma's John Mateer, excuse me. And he's going to have a big day. 15 Michigan goes to Norman. Give me Oklahoma minus the 4 points. Ring the bell. Got another one for you tomorrow. I liked them last week. They lost, but I think they bounce back. And this is what happens this type of week. SMU's one of the high favorites, right? They won their conference last year. They went on a big run. They went to the college playoff last year. Ranked 17th in the country off a 1-0 win. They're 2.5-point favorites at home. Give me the Baylor Bears on the road. I think they win outright, but give me the +3 over SMU tomorrow. I'll give you one other college game, but I'll wait on that because it's the Bill Belichick game. To the NFL. I have 3 plays in the NFL, but I'm going to give you 2 of them. The first one is the Miami Dolphins. They're going to the Colts. Did you know the Colts are 1-8-1 in week 1 their last 10 years against the spread?
I would, it's believable, but I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well, that's why I'm here, because I'll Joe you the money. But the Dolphins are an underdog at the Colts. The Dolphins are an underdog at the Colts. Give me the Miami Dolphins plus the 1.5 to win outright in Indianapolis. This one I've been waiting for. I would, if you like alternate lines, I would take it up to 9.5 or 10. The Bengals go on the road. We know about the Bengals' slow starts, right? Historically, the Bengals, slow starts. They lost last year to the Patriots, but it's been bad. Well, they played Joe Burrow in the preseason. They played Jamar Chase in the preseason. They played a lot of their guys. They want to be focused. They missed the playoffs because of that loss last year. They're taking on Cleveland. Cleveland's in a little bit of a restructure. Joe Flacco's there. I think the Bengals roll and take it seriously. I would take it up to 9.5, but let's bet it at 5.5. Give me the Bengals on the road minus 5.5. Finally, Bill Belichick in North Carolina take on Charlotte. Charlotte's a team that's really turning it around. The line was 21 after the loss to North Carolina. It's now down to 13.5. Sorry. Give me North Carolina to destroy Charlotte minus 13.5 tomorrow. Joe, me, the money. So there you go. 5 plays, 3 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. And coming up here on the other side, I'll give you my predictions for the Patriots as we wrap things up. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. Sports Hub.
Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Is this Black Street?
It certainly is. 100%.
This money you did, right, Ted? Let me out of here. Yeah, and then Dr. Dre. And then Dr. Dre worked with Black. This is Dr. Dre.
Yes, in the remix to No Diggity and all that.
Yeah. Wow.
Good times.
I saw this video on BET growing up.
Yes, BT was a staple for me after school. It was.
These guys could sing.
Yes.
No Diggity still rolls. That video, remember the video? Like it had
Yes.
it looked like a Little Penny kind of situation.
Yeah, and then the RL broke off into Too Close. Teddy Riley produced a lot of those hits too. For Next was the name of it.
Yes, and unfortunately, a lot of those turned into Diddy.
My goodness. We'll be able to play all that music one more day. Hey, you want to pick up line one, Jessica?
Payton Tolle is getting knocked around tonight, guys. 5-1 right now.
Yeah, a little upset with the Narvaez getting thrown out at home situation.
Let's talk about it. Romy Gonzalez singles. Why are you having the backup catcher who's dealing with a knee injury? Sorry, the catcher with a knee injury making the final out of third base? Is that analytics? Who gets the blame on that one? Coach, manager, Skip?
Yeah, it has to be the third base coach on that. Unless he's running the stop sign blatantly, I just don't see that. You got to do better. You cannot have the third out committed at third base or home plate.
All right, I got a prediction coming up here, but I got to take this one. Murph is in Dennis. What's up, Murph?
Murph is from Dennis. Banderas is closed. I am sad, and I am in training.
What do you do now? All right, so real quick, Murph tried to break the record this summer for the most Italian subs at Banderas. How many did you have?
The year that I had the most was 35.
And what did you have this year?
19, Joe. I had a mid-season injury.
Yeah, but
couldn't do it.
But aren't you like down a lot of weight?
Ton of weight. Well, that's the injury.
That's the injury. So you used to have an intake of 35. Now it's 19.
That's it. My body wouldn't let me do it. I talked to Mikey. He didn't talk to me for a couple of days. But
so you're down a -4. If this was a point spread, you've gotten down 14 points.
Easily, yes. It's
like Belichick in North Carolina.
Oh my God! Jeez, what a game that was, huh? Yeah, I just need some more training. I think next year I could go for it, but I need a longer. I missed a month, and then with the medication and everything, couldn't do it.
What about if you went with a wrap?
Yeah, well, I don't want to have Dolly kick me out of her place. She doesn't mess around with the wraps, Joe.
I know.
You know that.
I know. I think my name is on there with we will not. I think they have something in there that says we will not do a meatball on a wrap, but I will take it.
Well, you got to get together when you get down here. Mikey's going to be down in a little while. This is local summer, so we only got a couple months to train. We'll go for the record next year.
It's off season. I think my folks are down there right now. So, all right, bro. Well, we'll catch up. Thank you for calling. Bruin season right around the corner, bro.
Yeah. What do you think?
Bad.
We'll listen to Ty Anderson. We'll figure out what he says.
Yeah, I saw him earlier. Well, no, you know what? I'll be here every night working the games.
I'll be calling in. See you, Joe.
You got it, Murph. Thank you. Murph one time had 35 Italian subs at a shop called Banderas that I go to. And this year he only had 19. He lost a lot of weight.
The
consumption.
Half the pace. Yeah.
Take quickly, because I mentioned this earlier to you. From watching the games tonight and last night, the quarterbacks are running. Patrick Mahomes running tonight. Herbert, right? Hurts last night. You saw Dak with ability. Do you see why they can't take this away from Drake Maye? I know they want him to hold the ball longer because he's a playmaker, and the longer he holds the balls and finds guys downfield, he can make big plays with his arm. I understand it. It makes sense to me. Don't change the way the kid plays. Don't handcuff him. Don't do it.
I'm in agreement with you, Joe. I think that was part of the problem into the kind of slow and indecisive start for him last year. Granted, they weren't designing plays for him. I don't think we need all that, but don't take away his strong suit.
Can I give you another one?
Tell me.
What if Drake May has a big run and gets him in the red zone? Isn't this an advantage now for Josh McDaniels?
Right.
Like he's in there. You know how to do chip blocks. You know how to find seams. You know how to remember there was a play where Efton Chisholm, little chip over caught the ball, went in for a touchdown.
Yes.
But weren't they great at that? The Amendola plays, the James White plays.
The schoolboy way they ended the Tennessee game. Granted they went for 2 and didn't make it, but that is attributed to Drake May's evasiveness and his escapability.
Yep.
You can't take that away from him.
And listen, I'm not the biggest McDaniels guy, but does he have accolades? Absolutely. And when he's in the red zone, is he functional enough, smart enough? Does he make plays that are not turnover worthy when it comes to that situation? Yes.
Yeah, got to get creative with them. And Drake May, I'm expecting limited turnovers. I think if he can limit the turnovers, then I think we won't be shooting ourselves in the foot, and then we won't be beating ourselves as often as we did last year, and then we'll see where the dominoes lay.
I just saw the most unbelievable play by Patrick Mahomes.
Hollywood Brown is a good player.
How does he do that? I cashed out, just so you know.
Yeah, no, you did the right thing. That would have been my advice.
The over-under tonight's 47.5. It's 27-18.
Yeah, so
I think they should kick a field goal now to make it 27-21, and they have timeouts left.
Yeah, it's tough because right now they're in that short yardage situation. They might feel like they might not get another shot. So hopefully they can move the ball quickly, and incompletions can kind of stop the clock.
I want people to see that play again. That play was unbelievable by Patrick Mahomes. All right, my prediction for this weekend, the closer the line gets to the Patriots, the lower it gets, I think it favors the Raiders. Line open to 3.5. It's down to 2.5. I think money's going to come on the Raiders. Will be around 2. If it does go up to 3, give me the Raiders. I want to root for the Patriots. My mind tells me, though, Geno Smith, veteran, Pete Carroll, West Coast to East Coast, success in their first week. Vrabel's 2-4 in week 1 in his career.
I tell you what, though, the Patriots, a lot of pressure for them to win week 1. If they don't, it just sets a bad tone to start this year.
Miami on the next week. You're without your best defensive player.
And sneaky hard game there down in Miami this early.
That's right. All right, guys. George, excellent job tonight. River, you the man, bro. Enjoy the games this weekend. I'll be here post-game. Right after the Patriots game this week. So join us then, and then we're back here on Monday night, 7 o'clock. I'm Joe Murray. Enjoy your football weekend, everybody. It was 4th